Of him, Jax of course takes middle and Nico joins Hunter at A. That's the CT side. We're starting of him, Jax of course takes middle and Nico joins Hunter at A. That's the CT side. We're starting on the T, which Nexa didn't get to really show off in their last Vertigo showing. So this is where their strength lies. Let's see if they can flex it on us here. And look how much util we are rocking. Chad, that's 3 smokes, 2 mollies.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very heavy set B piece, but they need to get the boost working first. And we've heard a couple of teams making some boo-boos on those sound cues, but Hunter's going to get up. Lekro's ready with a flash to help out AZ here. So once this comes in, AZ might get a chance to re-peek and get a couple of headshots. Nades are being lined up. Nico and Hunter ready to cascade over the top of that cardboard wall.
Good timing on that flash. Nico's completely blinded, but Hunter keeps his teammates safe. Burning a little, Molly's good, keeping them at bay, and look at the rotate. There's so many CTs here, and the trades do go back and forth. Nico, hungry for the USP, gets himself a fresh clip. He's ready now as the bomb goes down, thanks to Nexa. And Cajun trying to mantle onto construction, takes a peppering. Another chance for Nico, this time not quite. Nexa has the one push, and Nico responsible for the other. Hard shots, left eye. 3 Danes trying to retake. They have a smoke kit on Gade, so he's been playing very passive. He doesn't want to go down without a chance to drop that smoke, and he's trying to line it up now. Finally, Nexa reveals himself and some good shots.
Good close from the in-game leader there. Nexa, 3 huge kills to stop them at the Jenny's position, and that's going to be the pissed around on the board for G2. Now, North are a team who they do love a bit of a force buy, and you can see Gade locking in that deagle. Nades behind it. Want to keep this one competitive early. Don't want to allow G2 to stretch their legs too far. And this is a map where you can definitely make them uncomfortable in these type of rounds, just due to the lack of prowess, or at least the lack of time that they've had to practice with this 5, with the 5 including Jax in the server today.
I'm excited for today's game, actually. I mean, not only do I enjoy Vertigo, I'll be interested to see if we get a competitive one. I think the T-side start definitely does almost guarantee that we're going to be seeing a lot more rounds than we did the first time around. And North as well. Let's see if their defense will hold water.
Yeah, I want to see a bit more out of MSL on that AWP. Obviously, AWP being
a 3 mid stack, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look at that little.
Quite tiered as well.
Yeah, I like it.
Give us the different angle rush when they come around the corner, or MC, or Bastion,
or whoever's driving
right now.
Yeah, so you're coming around the corner. One, and then suddenly bad boy swings, and
okay. It's filthy looking.
Yep, don't want to be part of that. And fortunately, looks like GT won't. Some util deployed and just the initial double nade, actually saving the Molotovs.
I like that. That's a much easier way to clear off that position. If a smoke goes down, we know that there's likely a flash coming through and multiple CTs rearing their ugly heads. And now they can tailor up, but the flash, they're going to push, they're going to fight.
This is it. MSL wants to bring the fight to them. He does so much damage. 99 to Jax, but it's Kenny S's double with the Mac 10 solving problems. Jax, speak of the devil, he has gone down to a nade of AZ, and good damage continues. Nexa and Kenny catching some flack. Not out of the woods yet, G2. They're lining up some smokes. Do they go on this, or do they just run back to B heroic style?
Well, they don't have to worry about getting naded off the plant now, but they still need to get that site access. So the second wall of smokes is good. The flash is better, and ooh, Lekro's shot's a little bit shy there. This comes down to AZ to see if he can find anything at all, but it looks like the smoke wall is too good. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
I say that. Gade's caught one. Kenny through the smoke. Next is getting the bomb down, and a flash to deter them. Uh-oh, they're faded as Nexus trying to get away, and he takes another bit of damage. They're going to hunt him down. He tucks into short. Doesn't want to be the first contact now. Crossfire established. North making this awkward, but they don't have a kit. They need frags or a pressure on the defuse pretty soon. That's it. Gade forces the eyes to take a look, and it's Nico pops the head off, and the Lekro pushing his AZ. Finds one and looking for a clean headshot. Doesn't get Nico just yet. And really running out of time now, despite Gade finding one and a second. He's run out of time, and he's run out of health. Looking to evade the bomb blast in short, and it might actually work out. Maybe even catching Nico. Here we go. Good damage. He'll take that. He'll even save the AK. Unless it gets blown off the edge.
Oh! No,
I did. I think it got blown off. He's got a UMP instead.
The time was an issue there. You saw he wanted to run for it. He wanted to pick it up. But knowing that if he was too close to that bomb blast, he would have gone down with the ship. And carrying at least a UMP across means that maybe in round number 3, they could stay a little bit deadly, but we've had this discussion plenty of times before, and it's the CT side cannot risk going for multiple force buys. On the T half, if they had the same situation, they got all 5 players down, they were able to keep the round very, very costly, they might consider keeping that pressure on, keeping that foot on the throat. But the CTs can't do the same thing. They just have to upgrade into a couple of light pistols, MSL onto that USP to make sure he gets enough money for the AWP, and it's going to be the same stack again.
So just while they're doing the stack, I think it's really interesting the way Hunter, so the Hunter scaffolding presence, it's always been a strong suit of his, and you see the way he works on it. It's just like constantly just taking little nuggets of information, and then once he's got it, he'll hold on to it. That's enough for him now. Then continuing to edge forward, knows he's up against unarmored or weakened by. He has a bit more flair and a bit more pep in his step. Double nades again. It seems G2 have decided that's better option, and Chad got a double thumbs up on that one. They've stacked up. 4 CTs are here. And Kenny finding an opener. I think that's straight through the wall. Cajun just getting rocked. And he's even hit MSL up nicely. This is a solid line. They're pushing. This mid-round aggression, it didn't work out on the Deagle, and it might work out a bit better now. Gade has dug him out of trouble. That was the short presence. Now, he can deny that and even push it. He's gone for it. Look at this. No one was ready. Kenny reacts in time. Nico fills the gap as they progress, and it is only just unarmored Deagle and a P250, so this round will start to calm and cool.
Ooh, Jack's almost in trouble there, but the MAC-10 will bail him out. AZ goes down. It's just Lecro to survive. The follow-up, as that's 2 kills for Jax, gets 1,200 in the bank balance, and G2, they're looking clean-ish. You know, there's a couple of details there that almost would have seen the round falling apart, but they mopped it up just in the final moments. That flank from Gade would have been the main one. And you love to get a nice little wallbang kill like that, especially against unarmored opponents, just shredding them through. Here's the final 2 from Jackson. Now we get underway with the business end of this. Now, what kind of approach do G2 want to go for? They have the firepower and the individuals to play some quick rounds, to play some fast Counter-Strike.
Isn't that the question?
We've gone for it, and next are taking the head off Cajun. We were talking about quick stuff. That is as quick as you like.
Oh dear, Cajun B completely nullified. An early smoke pulled out of their B defender as well. Lecro's only working with flashbangs. 90 seconds still on the clock. That's a loss. That's a big fat L to be taking early into the 4th round. And this is the first buy as well. First chance for North to voice their concerns.
I like this here, though. One of the details that I'm enjoying from teams who are putting more pressure on mid at B in the early stages is the CTs have to dump a truckload of utility.
Smoked sandbag. Interesting.
I wonder if that's intentional there.
It looked like a lineup, yeah.
This covers them off a little bit. Players who are holding now on higher elevations will not be able to see down. Cool. I haven't seen that one before. It also means that the feet will be visible of players who are more aggressive towards that sandbag. So this is a nice little change up out of G2.
And then when Kenny's on an AWP, he could be holding scaff while you do that progress off that smoke. You got it all locked down. And Gade does hear the pins being pulled, and it's Nexa who actually wins that duel. That's MAC-10 VM4. Gade flashed off. Oh my goodness. Good damage again from the SMG. They've done so much to AZ already. And a flawless T start here from G2. As I say that, MSL puts a smudge on the record. He takes down the SMG, but it was only the SMG. G2 retreating very fast after that plan. They want to hunt him down.
Yeah, take this AWP away. Make sure that MSL cannot reinvest or keep that and have a bit of a threat within the following, and he's going to get cut off. He cannot rotate through middle right now. Nico's in the ladder room. This is going to be very difficult for MSL to, first of all, consider this duel, and second of all, win it. Round the corner, AWP barrel shows. Nico takes him down, and the AWP, well, they don't even want it. Oh, yes, they do. I was going to say, maybe they're going to operate with rifles here. Keep Kenny down to an AK-47, but that can be thrown across. Kenny can get his favorite weapon. And G2 can continue this march. It's also forced out of timeout. And this is the opening right there. That was so quick.
That was just, all it was a pop flash on Cajun, just trying to take some early space B. Really got caught out by the pace of that MAC-10 there.
Having a couple of skybox issues here early, Alex. Just thought I'd make sure that one's in your mind. It's connecting me to the wrong game, the Invictus versus D13 game, which we did have going down for IEM Beijing within our 3rd region. We've got Asia and also Oceania would be the 4th, I suppose.
Oceania.
Yeah. Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
Well, just taking a quick look at the scoreboard, 4 rounds in. North have KGB down the bottom of the barrel. Now, it is early stages. We won't be jumping up and down. You can see MSL and Lecro only have 1 kill apiece as well. AZ with 2. But Cajun
and Gade, they're definitely the ones that eyes are on to
a bit more out of them.
To recover. Neither have been able to kind of fill the role necessary and required of them. That's perfect, though. The flash and execution. They might even catch Jax. He manages to evade the hunt while flashbang dropping off, taking a bit of fall damage. But they recover an AK. Now, this shouldn't be the beginning of the end, but it very well could be. Look at this. They're stacking on A. Hunter could walk into the headshot box. Oh, this is nice. MSL goes looking. Could have been the double, but AZ trades nicely. And again, the numbers advantage maintained. Kenny's working up. He could catch a crossing. Gade. Oh, the smoke confirms it. Kenny tucking in. He wants to punish here, and they've boosted up On that sniper's deck, Kenny doesn't miss. He's even got a nade for Gade's position. They back away, no damage off the HE. And they've got so much time here. What's Jax's bomb position, just so I can understand our silly map? That's the ramp, okay.
All right, well, covering off the flank right now, they have plenty of time for this. Just under a minute remaining, and they have a lot of utility, so the smoke wall can come up. More damage done now. Molotovs to hold them at bay. And flashes are good, but Gade wants to search. Gade wants to find a frag, and he needs to do so. Lekro does have a smoke.
Ooh, a tag onto Gade, just into the box, but lowering his HP does mean this duel should be easy. They get so hungry for the finish. He pulled out a nade, trying to enable the plant. And now being pushed on, AZ gets it. What a turnaround from North. Off the back of a timeout. That was just Eagles and Armor, and they get themselves not only the round, the first on the board, but some good fragging as well. Gade, important stuff from him. AZ trading nicely onto MSL. And that was a huge turnaround.
And we just mentioned Cajun and Gade, both of which getting a kill within that pistol upgrade round. So big stuff from them, and necessary stuff here is North. They have a real chance to rattle G2. Especially on this map. If you want to see a 3-map, if you want this to go the distance, or you are a North fan and you want to see them pick it up, map number 1, Vertigo, hugely important. And again, over towards B with the early pressure. Flubbed molly there from Jax. It's not going to land to push AZ back. It would have been perfect. And now it's just wasted utility. MSO with the AWP over towards A ramp now from the scaffolding position, peering on down, supporting Gade, who's up close and personal. Will drop another smoke and bails out. The CT's now trying to reaggress. Mollies of their own, pushing forward. They're looking for frags.
Whoa, where did Jax's health just go? He burns to a crisp. 100-0 from AC's molly. That is not how you want to go down. Crucial opening. That's 2 in a row now. AZ triple kill in the round prior. Now he's opened up with the first blood to convert the second, and 2 consecutive rounds as well from North. Digging him out is Hunter, trying to drop as much A utility as he can, try and force some of this back. He's taking a lot of risks here. He has managed to force MSL off the line just through presence and utility. And they want to go for the B finish. A boost. Quietly boosting. Crow jiggles. He'll drop a smoke as soon as he feels under pressure. As soon as Nexa throws his. Actually, it's AZ that's got one lined up. That's it. Smoke. Underhanded. And still more where that came from. 30 seconds. He actually pushes on the smoke. This is nice from Lekro. They've passed him. He could punish a lot here. Surely they're anticipating. They don't look. Knife out, Kenny. Oh no. Nexa doesn't get checked. He has to hit the shot. Why is he taking so long? Nexa doesn't finish it. Lekro finally goes down, but with 15 seconds, there's enough fragging going down on the site. Cajun caught them on the advance. There's a smoke on default. He's got no time. Does clean up onto Cajun. No time to plant now. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, recovers the AWP. He's jumping straight into MSL after time. Brutality. Ouch, 1650 is the number he's locked into. That is a very punishing round, back-to-back from North.
Yeah, good stuff as North are starting to get some wind under their sails right now. Might even have an opportunity to put a third on the board if G2 opt for a bit of an eco here. And this is Jax, just nowhere to stand, nowhere to hide. Getting absolutely melted there. Fantastic re-aggression from North to kick things off. And there's the real punishment. MSL taking away not only the AWP that was being saved for Kenny, but the loss bonus does not get a chance to build for Nexa, and that is a real problem.
That's lovely stuff.
They've actually gone for the eco. I thought that we may have seen them go for an all-in to level out the cash, but with what they're holding on over, maybe that AWP from Nico can be dropped for Kenny. They can get a buyback on the board. We're already underway in round number 7. Very forward stance over towards the forklift room from Gade there. And now taking middle will be Nico and Jax with 2 big deagles. Need to find some heads though. Boosted on up, nobody's home. But being diligent about this. And our third deagle for Hunter. So those are the 3 big aim stars on the G2 squadron. They can hit a head or 2. This one could fall out of control for North.
Not an easy headshot to hit. The boost box may be a chance. Cajun would have to adjust quickly. Oh, Nico blows his head off from the boost.
Good start.
That is exactly what you were talking about. And you can see how that's caused a fluster of util from the B defender. Is he tucking back? They'll park Jax in middle and go somewhere else. Okay. G2 in pursuit of glory here. Lekro's pushed up the B steps. You'll be hearing this. He's got a lot of presence coming his way. He doesn't choose to drop his util, which is interesting. And so they'll use 2 Glocks and then a Nico Deagle to trade. Looking for the info, a wide swing or a jump necessary. That's a double, triple, quadra kill coming in from Lekro. Just like that. Jax, maybe he can find himself a second. He did open up the round and, oh, baby, that's MSL gone. Now he picks up an M4. He's anticipating the AZ flank. Could be another here. Oh, he's in the off angle. That's lovely. No way, Jax was anticipating that one. So good damage. Lekro just gets a full cleanup. A nice little eco 4K.
They weren't able to scavenge back the AWP for MSL, so one's had to be dropped over. No problems, but could have been a bit of extra money in the bank balance that North didn't need to spend. So G2 doing a good job of taking away the most prized possession from North in that round, just with 3 deals upgraded. They'll buy back.
Got a question in from Layson. He asked, question for the boys, is it possible for G2 to swap and jiggle between 5th and 6th player within the same event? The answer is, take a look at Vitality.
Yeah, they are more than allowed to do it from day to day. They have to submit their roster officially 8 hours before, but that's only for map number 1. If they wanted to change between maps, that's even possible. They cannot change on a map. Once you've started a map with a player, you have to continue through. But let's say that they didn't like how Vertigo was going. If they get to Dust 2 and they wanted to bring Amanek in, they could. But that doesn't appear to be the game plan from G2. Just the other day, we saw them play with Jax the whole way through. Yeah, we've seen from Malek, they're actually using it on it seems to be a tournament-by-tournament basis, and then working out which one suits them best. He also mentioned chemistry as a big factor.
Yeah.
Amanek seemed to fit the role quite well. He flourished in Blast, where they topped the group just the other week. Things haven't gone swimmingly for G2 so far, but it's still early stages.
Go on, Lekro. Similar aggression. This time it works again, taking down Nexa before he falls. That's mission accomplished.
Izzy wants more. What a madman.
And that is a risk. It's not going to be rewarded. He's gone down on B, which means that they're very scattered. Kenny with a miss, punished, and even a deep smoke. The gate has denied the A rotate. Huge frag. And then that advantage that G2 had has been lost in a single missed AWP shot.
Well, they have 2 choices now. Accelerate to the other bomb site, which is where North have 2 players is very, very close. Cajun's come over, taken space. MSL's pushed up towards middle, and Gade's locked down over towards A. This boost right here, they're going to jump straight into Cajun.
Yeah, I don't know who this favors. Surely, if Cajun was to mantle, he'd get the advantage here.
Well, timing.
Oh, the sound cue. Just bangs him. Oh dear, dropping the smoke. They're turning this one on its head. It was 4 versus 3. Now those 3 still stand. Only against the duo, Nico and Jax. An unlikely pairing. 40 seconds. Bombs on the back of Jackson. Not again, dude. He got 100 to 0'd on B stairs last time.
Stay away from the mollies, mate.
Turn up the game sound, bro. He's lining it up. He'll be smoking them into B, but the 30 seconds and MSL's holding the perfect line. Bit discombobulated as Nico goes down. The smoke does land towards, I believe that was further deep gens. Oh, nearly finding MSL, and he's running out of time now, so paranoid about the site. They are playing passive enough. He's evaded the nade. Oh, they've managed to mantle through. Running out of bullets and time. Fake and trying to find one more headshot. Does hit a nice one. Forces MSL to drop his AWP and his teammates to scavenge, but that is 4 consecutive for now from North's defense. Started very strong for G2, and you can see what's happened to their finances here. A little sketchy ever since we saw that death after time from Nexa.
This here, the re-aggression was key. Gade won them that round with that impact and completely taking all the space away.
You do have to stare at the floor if you're boosted there.
Yeah. As soon as you rear your head, you will be spotted first. You need to be very careful about how you play that position. Now, one of the key notes that you'll see throughout G2 playing is just how good Jax, Hunter, and Nico's aim is. But if they're not getting greeted with heads-up duels or they're being forced and held back by utility, you don't get to see that. Right now, pressure towards B. AZ's taken a lot of space, made a lot of footsteps. Lekro's there to help and assist. Another flash from him. AZ wants to go forward. This is problems.
Oh, it could have been so much worse than it is as Lekro hits another headshot. He's got nades where that came from. Hunter wants to trade and he's so damn low. Lekro catches a little more, down to 14. And G2 just gathering at stairs, ready for a barrage of util.
North are very active on the CT side. They continue to pressure to not lose control. They've done this a couple of times over towards B. We're just highlighting Gate over towards A, and now they've gone for this boost again. It's been found out a few times, and the smoke's going to hold it at bay. They will be able to take control of the cutout area. Some nades for Nexa as well, so they could sell a bit of a hit onto the side. This may even be a double pump. You see an early utility coming out, Molotov and deep smoke. I think that smoke is missed. Nexa now has the second wave to throw, and they can reinitiate onto the bomb site. Hunter fluffing the jump. Those sound cues, not sure if they were heard just yet, but needs to consider the timing they want to go for. 30 seconds, smokes to fly in.
It's Cajun on quad. Jax is staring at it. The molly will force him out. And he goes left side. It's good. It stops Jax's punish. Cajun lives to tell the tale. He can give this another go. 20 seconds. Jax has hit the crucial headshot. There's a chance now. MSL's denying at least one. They're so low. Hunter has a real chance. He has to push on this. MSL doesn't punish the plant. They let it go down, and Hunter through the smoke catches one. There's more where that came from. It's Gade saving them. Nexa with only a Desert Eagle, but the crucial headshot hit. Lekro's low, spotted. Oh, and he gives it to him. Lekro pulls the trigger, and Nexa just needed to hold fast. It will be another 5 now for North in consecutive fashion.
Yeah, they're really bouncing back into this North. And that one got very, very dicey. If Hunter picked the other target, didn't put the crosshair on Gade, he would have finished off Lekro. Then maybe Nexa gets the one dig regardless and wins them the round, but just poised from Lekro here. He had impact at the start of the round with the aggression and then finishing things off in a one-on-one. It's a close one, but it's still a W. It's still a round on the board as North now are looking very, very good. The plant, it will come into the bank balance of G2, giving them... Oh, look, we got someone doing...
Oh, damn, on the rings.
Doing dips on the rings. That ain't easy. Okay, G2 have bought on in. Kenny has the AWP. No B aggression to deal with this time as Gates actually getting up close and personal with the AUG, not using it at range, actually wants to fight. Armor penetration of that, if he gets close enough.
This is the sandbag smoke again.
Seems quite easy to throw. It's just a jump throw after the quick little lineup. But that's not going to do a lot. Oh, it's actually fallen off as well.
Not ideal. And MSL still holds his line, so I imagine that's Kenny's responsibility here. Got to swing together here. Multiple targets, and MSL plucks one. Gade gets the other, and it's a massacre. Oh, the multi-kill from Gade. He gets 3 as they swing into ramp.
Kenny needs an ace.
Yeah, an ace clutch. North's to adopt a very passive stance as the flank to lock the door behind him is there, and that's a good shot from Kenny. If he can finish it off with the Molotov. AZ takes the fight before it even blossoms. There was a smoke to defend him. That was clean.
Good teamwork there. Ready to put that molly out was Cajun, so surviving.
I like that AZ just took that fight, man.
Yeah, it takes some balls to go for that. But if they just allowed Kenny to whittle down and take all of those jewels, then he probably wins a round like that. I like the fact that AZ wasn't scared, and that's a key right now for North on their CT side. They want to fight, and I'm enjoying this. They're going up against G2, who a lot of people would say have a truckload of firepower.
Even after losing Cajun the first weapon round to that B stairs aggression, they've been throwing it in time after time. The flashes, the double up on B stairs, AZ and Lekro. Cajun's in connector this time. He's been forced off, and they've got so much pace. Good grief, they're fast. Cajun has to adapt. He's tucking in now. They have CT already accessed. And now the flank onto A. I love the amount of space they've managed to find here. But G2, this is only the first step, but it's getting a bit bumpy on the road. It's a good frag from Cajun. AZ finds one of his own, and Kenny, perhaps next, puts his head in the vice. This has been handled despite some lovely map control. Very early, the utility getting them there. They just get met by AZ and met by Force. Multi-kill from AZ and Cajun there. 7-4. That's 7 in a row. North just running away now since G2 fell. Weapons are plenty. Max loss, obviously. And an AUG still for Gade. I've been enjoying seeing that. And it looks like Skybox is operational.
Yeah, this is how they took middle quite fast. So you can see the flashes to push Cajun off, the Molotov to hold him at bay, and it was just flashes. There wasn't a lot to it. Wasn't too many smokes. They took the space. Something that's going to be difficult to replicate with rifles, but it was simple flashes, and you can just see how this was dealt with. Tucked in on the sites, not fighting one at a time. Cajun and AZ both fighting towards spawn. Gade and MSL both turning their attention towards middle, and they did this as a team here, North. So continuing to mop up and continuing to charge forward in this one.
Love Lekro still staring at his smoke just in case there's any rat games at play.
What do you think of the Habbo Hotel camera?
I actually like it.
Yeah, they told me that Trace was playing around with that a little bit, so I'm going to see if we could bring this in more. It's less, you don't need to change the camera angle so much. It doesn't work on all the maps.
You can see what's going on. Yeah. I mean, that was what Anders, when he was describing Skybox, when it was just a thing in his mind.
Isometric, right?
It was like, isometric, kind of Counter-Strike top-down. And so that's what that's my vision.
7 on the trot right now for North. It is looking very, very good.
They go for a quick 3A ramp contest. This is going to be interesting. Kenny's holding the crane push, but will be smoked off. Oh, and that's just such an easy kill. A flash. They've definitely booked Hunter. Kenny finds a crucial trade. onto the re-aggressing Gade.
G2 really struggling to get much room here. Nico's going to do his very best. Out middle, all on his lonesome. Maybe he's found a gap here, but Cajun mantling on up over the construction position. This is going to come down to timing. How inquisitive does he want to be? AK-47 is favored in this fight, but that means Nico's crosshair placement needs to be picture perfect.
Tip of his head.
Wow.
Long angle from Cajun.
Look at
MSL, that's an uncharacteristic miss. It's hard one, just as he passed the top, reveals that short has been conceded.
This is where it gets janky though, Alex. This is where it gets really difficult for the CTs to defend. If they play retake, they don't have too much utility. They need to set up a boost.
You're right, there's not much. They've got a nade and a molly to stop it, but here's the boost. Over the smokes, looking to punish. They evade the first, and he pulls the trigger again. MSL running out of opportunities now. The bomb is already going down. Couple misses, nothing finding any connection. And now it's going to be a tough retake. Good tag just as the bottom of Jax as he tucked into short, but now they're tucked in for the after plan. This is going to be a tough retake. They have a smoke. They have the kits. They've got to find some frags here. Flash for short. Who's going to aggress? A smoke for short from Lekro. This is shaping up nicely, but they've got to knock Nico and Kenny off of their peaks. That's the first flash. Bomb's not a dream plant.
Smoke for it as well.
This is awkward now. MSL's holding. They're holding.
Defusing.
AZ's got it.
Defusing.
Oh no, that's a nasty way to go. Diffused in the smoke. A slightly awkward plan. Wasn't perfect for the sandbags hold.
Oh, they've gone for something a little bit different so they don't get naded while the bomb's going down, but by doing so, they didn't play their post plant very well whatsoever. This is how Kenny was able to get a trade over towards A, but look at this.
Yeah.
There's no way AZ's going down here. Even a wall bang is unlikely to do any damage whatsoever.
Lekro had short. It's brutal.
Yeah, just very poorly played by G2 there and well taken advantage of by North. You see something like that, it's simple. The smoke late is great. And now that's eight in a row. G2 struggling. We predicted they were going to have a tough time. We pointed out the fact that this is uncomfortable territory. And Nexer in the pre-game interview even mentioned positions have been swapped around since they ventured into this with Amanex. So chopping and changing, it's not working for G2 right now.
All the more impressive.
Imagine topping your group by beating Astralis in Blast and the next week going out to North in the lower bracket, not winning a game.
Don't want to, but it's a cruel reality that could be manifesting tonight. North no slouch. This is a punish of the developing map pool of G2. Also, of course, punishing this at the moment, a moment of flux for G2. The fact that they have still basically hamstrung themselves in the sense of repositioning themselves after a success. Definitely perhaps weighing on their minds. Definitely perhaps that's the commentator fence. I like to sit on that one.
We love it.
Definitely perhaps, for sure, might be an issue.
We never lose, we never win.
No.
And we get to sit in the middle. Doesn't get better for us. But G2, they've been able to get A ramp control. So this is looking good for a set piece onto the side. The smokes are good. There's Molotovs as well to help them push back. And North are postured this time for a retake. Check out all the grenades they're holding onto this time round.
Good shot. Jumps off the boost. He's already hit his first. Jack's
these nades.
low. And yeah, as soon... Oh my lord, he's got 12 HP. Jack stands and look at the health. Nico pays a heavy price for his. They're trying to get more default plant here and it can't be stopped. Kenny though just peeks in. It was left eye and Jax is finished off by the nade of AZ. This retake already spells trouble. Oh dear, Nex is the only one with health. He's holding for that headshot fight. Hunter to swing off of it. They don't have a smoke unless it's AZ to drop it. He's got it and the kit. Dropping it short this time. It's a better plant. They can hold ramp. Or can they? The molly makes things different. Heading onto the site now. Time sensitive. Just need to knock off the diffuser now. Important frag. They're onto the site. Need to find AZ. AZ's gone, and that should be the round. Nearly a full team wipe. Nico gets away. The only one. 5 HP and an AWP recovered. And G2 finally breaking North. It took them 8 rounds.
Jeez Louise, I don't know how North let that one fall. I thought that looked perfect. The utility usage was great, but the missed timing and allowing the bomb to get planted seemed to be the undoing there. That retake, you can just see how messy it gets over towards that ramp position. Nico to kick things off on occasion and then to finish things off back over towards the ramp position. So good stuff from Nico. Good impact from him being felled, and North are actually going to take a timeout. You mentioned broken in terms of the spree of rounds, but broken in terms of the bank balance as well is something to consider for North. A few of their members not operating with a lot, as they might need to talk this one through. If they force buy at this stage of the game, we're only operating with 2 more rounds, and it makes sense. Min loss for North here. That'll only have been the 1,400, 1,900 in the next, and yeah, operating with very, very little for the final round of the first half here. MSL has been able to get an AWP, a famous for AZ. Lekro and Cajun rocking the Deagles and Gade onto that AUG where he found success earlier close towards the A ramp, but this is G2's chance to tie things up, well, get as close as possible to tying things up.
See the smoke, very effective at denying that crane peak. You can see MSL does have to expose himself, but he still does punish Kenny despite the left eye disadvantage. Look what that's done to him. Falling as far back to evade the nade, and now look at the 1-2 punch. Nexus the one to profit though. Thank God he was with Jax, otherwise that's an AK falling into enemy hands. Starting to stack, they know they're at a disadvantage. There is only 3, they have to pull their resources. Mid's the threat.
Well, MSL searching here. This is the round.
Nico, nade in his hand, oh MSL. You can't afford to let that one slip. That would have been the breaker, the equalizer. You could have tucked in and tortoised. Now you can see how much util they've got, and G2 get to do what they want. Drop the exec. Gade perhaps could be those prime position to deny. There is only one single Molotov.
They've cleared this every round though. It's always a nade and a molly or multiple nades.
And MSL's caught Hunter's aggression. Gade is there. Uh-oh, peeking ahead. Oh, and it's both. Takes the head off of Nexa. Kenny low from the previous engagement. Just Nico. North, just after the first success in forever. This feels like a broken G2. The amount of rounds that have been taken from them. Maybe Nico's sick of tired of it. Finds the first of this 1v3. Doesn't have a very large amount of time to make this work as the bomb is scooped up. MSL, though predictable, he's on headshot. Smoke for Nico's progression. 1 elevator, 1 headshot. 10. A fake. Here's the steps of Lekro.
No time for this.
But Lekro's Deagle headshot confirms it's his round. Damn, North, this is great stuff.
I just love how mobile they've been in these mid-rounds, whether it's early going for aggression to deny B lobby, the pushes down A ramp, Gade here in transition towards Sandbag in the middle of the round. You also had MSL pushing up towards scaffolding and finding a kill. G2 think the coast is clear, and meanwhile, they're running head-on into a North who are looking good. You can see AZ leading the charge with 14. He's tied up there with Gade, also on 14. 10 for Lekro, 9 for MSL, and 7 for Cajun. So North are doing a great job. They're looking good for 10. Their buys a little bit more hodgepodge than that of G2, who has the 5 AKs and utility.
What, Gade? That's a charge and a half. He's managed to get all of that control. Not a single point of damage done to him. And as the smoke fades, it's a pretty much... Oh, well, he doesn't wait for the smoke to fade. Kenny unloads his mag and tags up Gade nicely. This has been always an interesting standoff between the two of them, Nico and Cajun, regularly duking it out here. Cajun does go 1 for 1. AZ knows there's a lot of presence, looks to fill the gap. Kenny's luck is gone, and they're both caught with nades in their hands. Great timing. And punish from AZ. Gets shot at by Lekro and eventually concedes 10. That'll do. That'll do nicely. North have 10 coming into the T side of their map pick. You're not getting 30 minutes of direct sunlight to your skin, take a supplement. Vitamin D, strong recommend. And diagnosis suggests it's actually a strong antidepressant and one of the best supplements you can take. That's the end of my pitch.
If you are a vitamin D company and you want to sponsor us, hit us up.
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
All right, well,
Vitamin D company. Can you imagine? I don't think they exist, Chad.
Hello, this is the Vitamin D company.
Yeah, we make the vitamins. We make the D.
All right, well, let's focus on this because there's utility out early from North. Clearing off towards sandbags. Need to be diligent against those sneaky, beaky USPs of the silence variety. And now straight onto the site they go. Smoke is good. Deep towards elevator room. Molotov on the boost box. And now Nico and Hunter, they need to hit a couple of crisp headshots.
Oh, that's a lot of info for Hunter. He just says, yep. Backs away. Lekro tucks in and they got the bomb down. This is what G2 tried and have failed in the past. North now on the T side and starting very strong. Their afterplant looks very, very resistant. Look at the nade. They've actually just thrown one all the way into elevator from the ramp side. Nico finally peppers them with one of his own, and There's Lekro, tucked in on the corner. They have to find him. They do, and frags keep coming. Nico, Nexa, all finding the necessary, and there is a kit on Jax. This is a very late retake, but the pressure's on. Jules are one. There's one frag remaining. Gate does go down, and so the defuse can come in with just enough time on that clock as well. So nice handling from G2. I felt like they were going to struggle to get the bodies back on the site. And what's this, Chatty?
Now, I want to give the context to everybody of where the problems were the other day when G2 were playing. So let's see how they've buttoned it up. You have Nico over towards... Oh, he's just taken off the screen there. Sorry about that. That one is no good. We've got Nico and Hunter. They're the A defense. You want to focus on those two. They had troubles, especially in this area here of short, where I've got that red box. Their timing there is something that you need to actually play and get used to. That's not something that Nico has too much under his, I guess, experience. So let's focus on Nico and Hunter towards A. You've got Kenny in rotation, Jax towards middle, and old boy Nexa holding B. That's the CT setup for G2. Okay, well, the AKs will be dropped across. North want to stay threatening in this one, continuing their 4 spies. Didn't go so well for them in the first half, but they bounced back after they got into the gun rounds. 4 Galils. Isn't that a scary little prospect going up against 2 MP9s, a UMP, a FAMAS, and an M4, which has already taken some damage.
Look at the setup they've gone for here. So Nico will be able to throw the smoke if they molly. And Hunter will maybe even underhand a flashbang over those sandbags for his swing. So let's see if that Molotov comes out. The only one is on Gade, Deagle. Everyone else rocking those Galils.
Oh, they're going to use the molly towards sandbag. Are they brave enough?
Well, they're going on contact. That benefits Hunter too.
Footsteps made now.
Good nade damage this time. Gate hasn't. Throwing out his Molotov. He's actually going to be prioritizing it towards headshots. So Hunter, look at this. It's a massacre of 2. There's way more where that came from. Cajun finds 1, but Hunter is not done. Just the remaining MSL. Nico does get caught on his peak over the smoke, but Hunter should finish this one off. MSL caught out by the UMP and an upgrade found for the 4 frags of Hunter. He deserves that one. Punishing not going to the sandbags position. And now, the beauty of getting something like that so early, Chad, is you're going to guarantee there's going to be mollies and nades thrown towards sandbags on the A commits.
Yeah, and if you're sitting here wondering, why didn't North go for that? Why didn't they clear it? Why weren't they worried about it? It is a position that is a bit more awkward to play against a 4 spy, because if you do lose it and the rifle gets marooned that deep, they can get picked up and used against you. And it was only a UMP in this case. And North will just be down to the pistol upgrade here. 4 members opting to buy on in. 3 P250s and a Deagle. MSL just down to that Glock, and you guys know why. He wants to get that big green.
It's cool that G2 are actually, on some of these rounds, using 2 smokes. Not only ramp, but on that scaff, just so you really are not going to make any progress up ramp. They can guarantee that as they fade, they don't have to fret, and they can both play ramp side.
Having these 2, once they post up with rifles, especially if they get AK-47s in their hand, if they can have the initial foray, they can do a bit of utility damage and then just take aim duels. You would expect that Hunter and Nico, this kind of a fight for them is what they want, is what they look for. Actually tucking into a bit of an interesting setup.
I like the crossfire.
Yeah, it means that Nico can swing off of Hunter's contact and vice versa.
The only issue is the
you can't miss.
Short walk up.
That is a problem. You are right.
But here they come. Hunter readies himself. Nico in the feed as well, pushing in. AZ's the only one to find something, and he found both of them. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Won't necessarily aid them in recovery of the bomb plant or the round, but it is significant damage on the A defenders. They get 3 before being silenced by the Danish Deeg. Flashed off, swinging in. Could be the end of AZ. Kenny confirms it. The G28.
Oof. 2 kills isn't bad considering the investment right there. What are we looking at? You've got 3 P250s. That's going to get you 900 plus the 700. That was a $1,600 investment to take away 2 players of the G2 squadron. And it was through AZ on the Deagle there, so good impact. But mopped up nicely as G2 2 rounds away now from tying things up. Looks like we will be going the distance here today on map number 1. AWP out for Kenny. No AWP for MSL, operating with 5 rifles. Deep flash from middle there, but maybe that's just a bit of a ruse. We can see that nobody's pushing. Gade's on high alert. He will communicate that and potentially even have to communicate the fact that ladder room could be stolen. So lots of details here from G2 just with 1 flash. But here's Kenny. Looking for the smallest of gaps. Oof, just dropping off. The timing, fortunate.
Gets his first. He gets the luxury of falling away without too much sweat on his brow, and the nade does tackle Necro down to 88.
This is where I start to really wonder about G2's setup. Nico was isolated, same as Hunter, over towards this short position time and time again, where they get caught in no man's land. Nade through, does no damage. Nobody home to receive that one. And North holding onto a truckload of utility at this point. Hunter tries his luck. Also another nade going amiss.
This is where things can get a bit dicey, though. Yeah. If you give North all of that control and they've still got all of their util, this 4v5 disadvantage will be so nullified. If you don't start pushing for info elsewhere, they'll just full exec on you. Bomb will be down, the afterplan's awkward. And that's my concern. I'm sure it is the same for G2. That's why Nico, at 30 seconds, drops a one-way. They'll have to expose their legs if he holds the line. They're not actually doing so, hoping just deterring them with the smoke, but that's thrown out North's utility, and here they come. The boost is powerful, but he won't get any info initially, and they're going for the safe plan, I believe. You can see Hunter's pre-aiming it. He wants to punish that.
Quite the angle he's got.
Yeah. Can he stop it? No, the flashes are good enough. Gade gets it down. Hoping as the smokes fade, he'll have a bit of an element of surprise, but it's a 5 versus 3. Do they have it? Necro taking a bit of a beating. Nico finishes off what he started. Just Gade and Cajun now. And they're closing the gap fast. Smokes will be deployed. Kits are present. And on to the defuse. It's a fake. They're just hoping to draw out the confirmation as to their location. Now holding. Kenny's on it. Jax with a MP9 and 2 more seconds. That'll be the round. And all the frags do come their way. Now, you talked about AKs on those A holders. Well, Hunter's picked himself up one. I wonder if Nex is going to throw his or keep hold of it for himself. Definitely no slouch, but 21 frags at the moment. Highest fragger, Nico, 112 ADR as well. Taking a look down the other list. Cajun's definitely woken up and caught up. At least in ADR. Everyone's floating around 70, so sure there'll be no complaints there, but that was a very solid retake from G2, just using that numbers advantage and extending it throughout.
Well, the question was, how was Nico going to fare on Vertigo? A newer map for him. If you missed the pregame, we spoke that he's only had 8 official maps on that his entire career.
He even said his lowest rated of all time that we could find was on that map.
Yeah, and so he's actually off to a bit of a mad one here. 20 kills so far on Vertigo, 21.
What's he fancy now? Look, we haven't seen this situation for Nico before. He loses his teammate early, and he's got 2 others rotating in to support. Do they want to go for a reaggress, or do they just have to swallow their pride? Jax seems to be postured for a reaggression. A flash from Nico could do the trick. It's about timing, though. They're going B. And Kenny's yet to be truly tested. Look at this. Look how passive he's being. He's checking not only middle, but B on that cross. Oh, util. Kenny readies himself. Evades the flash and finds the first as Form more advancing towards his position. Tucked in, finds another on the cross, just a slither gap held, and Kenny advancing, hunting, and he's got himself another one. Kenny, yes, finish it off with style. Quick 3K, Lecro and AZ into B, and they've got time to make a round out of this. They don't necessarily have the bomb down, AZ's floating above it. But that's solid work from Kenny. What more could you ask of the B defender than a triple kill before he goes down? Necro caught in middle on the rotation. AZ, though, does get the bomb down, so at least North lining their pockets with a little more gold.
There's another smoke here as well. He can make a round of this.
I love the flash. They're all going to catch it, and they line up. AZ's got 19 HP. He peeks into Jax, saving the day. Whew, buying that swing, though. That one got very close for comfort.
Great attempt there from AZ. Took the fight to them, almost pulled
flash, though, like no one was looking out. Like they're looking left, they're looking right, they're not looking up.
Just underhand that one over top of the Jenny there. Make things real interesting.
This second shot, look at the little gap. It's a hard one, quick reactions, and then finding basically the nail in the coffin that was Gade. Lovely stuff. Next are rotating in, still paranoid about the lurk of middle. Easy, good, valiant attempt.
You can see what he's gone for there, because if they want to push in, it's unlikely they go through that smoke. So all around to one side, and he's almost pulled off a bit of a miracle round there. Not to be the case, the plant is good. He's done damage, got the bomb down, facilitated another buy, and kept G2 on us. So great impact from AZ, but we get back underway. 10-10, more aggression early over towards A. Molotov smokes holding them at bay. And Nico, this nade, we've seen it thrown a bunch of times, yet to really land. This would be the perfect moment.
Hunter, you are playing with fire, young man. Baited in a bit by Nico's trajectory. Shadow and the shot. Hunter can back away now, happy as can be. The nade even does more damage, softening up 2 of them, making those M4 headshots more lethal. Go on, Kenny. Oh, wow. That works out nicely, just on the walk up from Lecro.
Aided him into that
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Go for the wall bang, straight into the peak. Kenny as quick as you like.
Nice little 1-2 combo.
Now this is very difficult for North. 3v5, still have decent utility to work with. Clear intention over towards A, as you can see Cajun watching the backlines. They haven't gone for early misdirection towards B. They haven't applied that much pressure towards middle. They've just been heading over towards A and maybe trying to punish that setup of G2. We highlighted it. Maybe they saw the same thing in their demos. But standing tall this time, G2 looking good for 11.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny definitely hitting some very important shots just to keep that numbers advantage, and it does seem like they are advancing. Kenny evades the flashes and he's just collecting frags. Now uses their smoke against them to disappear. AZ wants to get his smoke down and Cajun's head is visible. That's a crucial one from Cajun.
Oh no!
And Kenny's just taking down his teammate. Not like this. Not a 5 versus 2. Not with a team kill. Nade trying to knock him off the plant. There isn't 2 though. Cajun will get away to short, and look at that. Jax has gone down. AZ using the elevated position. This would be a real game changer. Kenny, I said he was having impact. They've got smoke, they've got kit. Too short. Got to communicate, got to be proactive here. So smoke is directly onto the bomb and they're hoping that will spur them forward. Kenny's going for a hunt and this is important. Oh no, Kenny S. He's missed his shot. Nexa bails him out, but he's just gone backing away and Nexa digs him out of trouble. Get on the bomb. He picks up the kit in time and G2 with just an 11th round. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be happy or just relieved after that one. Nearly losing a 2 versus 5. 4, perhaps I should correct myself, but regardless.
Felt really dicey there. You'd feel like G2 are the ones who should be taking the timeout after that, Mare.
Yeesh, look how it started, so well. Man. Kenny's, look, he got so many great frags into this round.
Even the team kill probably a great one.
Even the team kill probably a sick flick, yeah.
I was just looking back at it on Skybox there. They both pivoted out from the sniper deck on the lower level, and Kenny's just put a bullet in the back of him. So, yeah, I'd be smiling. I'd probably be giggling about that one because you have almost given up the lead.
Have you ever used the game instructor toggle bind to find the bomb and smokes?
No.
No. I think that might be one we have to add to our repertoire because
that's a bit saucy by the sounds of things.
Yeah, you just basically have a button that turns on the, you know, because it gives you the beginner tips. It says defuse the bomb, and it points directly at it when it's in the smoke.
That's a curious.
I saw Get Right using it on his stream, and I'm like, that is pretty spicy.
Yeah, I've got the radar making it bigger and smaller behind the left hand, right hand, the full screen crosshair. Maybe that's the next one.
Not swapping the left and right, are you?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
depending on the angles I'm holding and stuff. You don't want to miss them.
Yeah,
you never want to miss a frag.
I get it, but I don't want more buttons to press.
All right, well, North, again, threatening still. Just one more round required, and they might send G2's money down to the doldrums. Those early smokes dissuading the aggression one more time, but Lekro, he's going to disrespect that, crawling on up, creeping on towards the praying position. There's a couple of players behind him to help trade, but we can see that G2 are a little bit more passive this time round. Early utility comes out.
Perfect nade or molly.
And they're trying to segregate and do damage here. The nade's landed right in his face. The Molotov pushes them further back. Do they want to aggress on this, or are they more than happy just to get the damage? Nico's having a quizzical look.
Flirting with the idea of a sandbags play. I like it. They've even got more util. If they keep walking up, this could be a really nice double punch.
Oh, look at that.
Lekro and AZ, the walking wounded. Nico is going to get Molotov'd out. Can you smoke it? Yes, you can. Can I win it?
That's
they showed the toes.
That's a problem.
Hadn't seen that. Wasn't aware those wooden pallets can really make you look like a fool. He's so low. Nico gets away. Lekro, there's the R, is down to 4. But I can't believe it. They have managed to deter them from A.
Yeah, and now, as soon as that smoke clears, Nico will likely take a bit of a jiggle. They've rotated heavily over towards A, but as soon as Nico peers up and calls
drop us a smoke, will you, Kenny? Drop us a smoke, slow him down. Oh, they're executing on him. Flashes, mollies, it's a sudden explosion. And already the frags go 1 for 1. Can't hit the second. Nexa can, he gets the double. Lekro's so low from the early engagements from those A defenders, but Gade getting the bomb down is step 1. Hunter sneaks around and does take Lekro down. Now just 1 man, and it's Gade finding 2. What an incredible transfer. 2 heads. And he separates them both. Now he can play the time. 11 HP, both of them disastrously low.
There's a molly for the bomb as well. He could just jiggle on the stairs and throw that. Nico has no smoke.
Oh, look at the position he's gone for. That is very spicy. As long as he doesn't show his barrel, I think Gade's on for the 1v3 here. Does he call the bluff? He peeks. Nico, did you spot it? He did! And he's on the bomb in time. Gade, another valiant effort. We've had a lot of close, a lot of if, buts, and maybes, but G2, they convert it. The pivot into B was fast, it was vicious. Kenny died with all of his util on his back. And that's 12 now to the 10 of North.
Big stuff here from Nico. Now, once again, this is only the 9th time he has played this map in his professional career, and he's now tied his 2nd highest amount of frags on Vertigo. That was a game against Renegades. They lost as FaZe Clan 16-14. Nico had 22 kills. He's got 22 here. And a big clutch just to keep them in it. Through the boards, simple as you like. 12-10 now. North are going to use their last tactical timeout. And we said for North, Vertigo, it's a must in this series. We move on to Dust 2 next. You get some Nico AK-47. You get some Hunter AK-47. You get some Jax aim over towards Long. Dust 2 is going to be a scary prospect when we get to map number 2. I didn't even mention the Kenny S AWP. Lots to talk through here for North, and there's Jumpy, the coach. He's actually not doing any of the talking right now.
Yeah, the quiet observation. So many bomb plants out of this T-half from North. I was just taking a look at the round recap. We've had successful diffuses in 5 of the 7. What's the face?
Necro just got knifed by a teammate there. It was only a little slash, but not ideal. Definitely not ideal.
So they've made early steps on the A bridge. They've thrown a little bit of A utility, but I think they really liked the pace of that fast B, and you're bang on, Chad. It's completely unguarded. They're going to contact B, and the only sign they're going to have is going to be the initial flashbang. When does it? Here we go.
Look at those mollies.
Oh, they're going to completely lay the floor with flame. They forced them off the line as they push. That's a perfect Molotov. Caught in transition was Nexa, and B is theirs. That works out dreamy.
They might have to save. This is so early.
It's so perfect. Flashes now, all of that util can be invested. It was limited as it was.
Hunter's gone down.
It's a great call. Gades caught Hunter's rotate. Yeah, the save has to be made. North. That is a complete change of pace. What a way to find your first T round.
Oh, whoa. G2 gambled, and they gambled incorrectly. They played a heavy mid-presence right there with Nexa and Jax both being caretakers, and by doing so, they left a door wide open. North with full commitment, going in almost blind. There's no way you could know that the bomb site was open. I think they just wanted to swarm Kenny S with the AWP. He was on the other side of the map this time round, but regardless, they're in. They found a lot of impact. They forced G2 to save, and that's going to be 11. Nipping at the heels of G2 now. North have found a weakness. So they want to keep the pressure on towards that B bomb site because time and time again, it has been close, and they've finally broken through. Their buy's looking good where G2, they have some conversations. Nico can drop across a rifle. Kenny could do the same. Means they'll be a little bit lower on utility, but Hunter and Nexa, they would be very, very thankful for that, and that's what's happening. Nico's dropped 1. Should see him purchasing him for himself. Kenny likely to do the same. And G2 are going to use their 3rd tactical timeout just to make sure everybody has the right weapons required going into the next round of play. That streak has been broken, but one of the keys here, and you were just pointing that out, is all of those diffusers. The bomb going down time and time again from North has meant they can continue to be threatening, continue to keep the pressure on G2. And now as we get to the business end of map number 1, still anybody's game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. At least G2 have proven that their CT woes have been less prominent here, although...
It's been shaky, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, certainly.
I would love it if North just bite down and go for it again. Just double down.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's unlikely it'll be completely unmanned this time. They might want to be pushing for info early. I wonder if we get something similar to the end of the North stance, where they went for some early B steps control. Jackson's going to be dropping the molly, but it's a very different look. In fact, it's something quick towards A. Kenny will have a look, and the flashes are perfect. You can see how that denies and keeps MSL safe on his cross.
It's some of the gaps towards mid. Gade might be able to exploit that. MSL does well there to avoid that nade. Here's it getting pinged off the wall. Uses the smoke to guise his aggression. Now a Molotov towards Sandbag. Utility being thrown out from both teams here. Just trying to jostle for position. Work out who's home and who's where. As it looks like G2 have already tucked themselves back into the site for more of a retake setup. And this is where they have problems. That short position can be exploited. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, on a bit of an expedition, Nexa and Jax, they're looking for info. They're going to be so far away on this rotation if the A hit comes in. Smokes and mollies. That's the short getting exploited.
Yeah, so exploited. Look, you got to check it. They're already up. AZ in, MSL2. They just charge up short. And that, as you highlighted, has been ran through. Looks like Hunter's frag has made it competitive at least. The flank is late. 2 of them walking from B all the way into the Lecro check. He hasn't had a look just yet. Knife out now. He spots 1. Jax is walking up as well. Nexa takes the frag. Maybe they've got a shot here, despite the push-up.
To live.
He's holding it. Legion, he gets the shadow and he fires perfectly. One more to go and it's done. G2 retake the A site despite some shortcomings. It's Hunter's 3K that puts North back on their bottom, and that is going to continue to be the only round to be North's. 1 for North on this T side, and G2 finding themselves their 13th.
Well, a plant again, and the money, it's actually still decent for North. Still very, very good. You can see how dicey this one got. If Hunter goes down there, CT spawn control is taken, and then the retake, ooh, it becomes very difficult. That double flank, well-timed. Lekr hits one of those shots. That's probably the round there for North. And again, they buy back in. Both teams fully equipped. Kenny still with the AWP. Rifles are plenty. Diffuse kits, 5 on the board. Everyone has mollies. Back towards A we go.
All right, charge on. What is Hunter up to? He's been fully flashed. He continued through the smoke, just going down. Nico, a crucial headshot. Does he really want to push the issue? He does. Doesn't quite catch the timing. AZ's progressed. Kenny's filled the short gap.
Could be mollied out of that position. There's no way AZ will pick that dry. Left eye peek into an AWPer.
I love that nade. It's easy to evade with the sound cue. Kenny's still pushing the issue.
This is needed.
Yeah, he could find one. Trying to catch him. Sleeping! A hard miss. And now pressure onto A. Nico standing his ground. They'll likely throw more util for this. But he does find the duel and MSL wins it. Great stuff into the site now. North have a huge advantage. They can't afford to let this one slip. A nade to deny. They need to. AZ's already got it down. Does brought down a little lower.
Have to save again. Look at the money. Look at the bank balance for G2. Going for this could be an absolute disaster. Still operating towards the bottom end of the loss bonus. They're not getting a massive influx of cash in the next round. They need to hold on to something, and it looks like they will. All 4 members of North have their feet planted on the A bomb site. Another round, and they've broken through again. You can just see how janky it is over towards short. Every time the ramp control has been given up from G2, North have been able to make a round of it. They've been able to get into the site. And Hunter there had no support. He was all in, hoping the flashes were good enough to give him some territory. That was not the case. Didn't even look like many of the North players were flashed there. Get a freebie. You take that every day of the week, as now the scoreline 13-12. North are clawing back in, and the money situation, while it's been highlighted, is a problem. Nexa and Jax can both drop rifles. It means that one of the 3, Kenny, Hunter, or Nico, will be operating with very little, or they can take the save and just operate with these 2 rifles. 1900 in the next round. It's not going to be enough. I feel like they have to buy, but they haven't taken the timeout. They're just going into this with the 2 save rifles, hoping they can make the best of it, hoping they can outread North, have the correct bomb site stack. Look at the aggression. AZ spotted that. Lekr finishes it off.
Yes, but they do continue to push the issue. That spray from AZ actually converts onto Nico as well. Mad control. It was AD spamming as well. It's an unarmored M4 then for Kenny. He's hoping he can delay.
And Hunter only has a USP. This is perfect for North right now to convert and tie things up 13-13. Kenny would need to be right place, right time with a multi to make a round out of this, and it looks like he's rotating back over towards A. North with all this utility. Look at this. Gade, AZ, and MS are all with full kits. Smokes, mollies, and flashes. They can be so diligent about this. Deep smokes, mollies to clear out quad and the sight boxes. Kenny's actually rotated back over. He might get hit just in time, but the lack of armor, what's he going to do?
I don't know, man. Flashed. Swung on. And eliminated. Hunter's found himself an AK.
He might see the feet here.
Eesh, very close to finding Gade there.
Look at this. Seen him now.
Yeah. They're telling him that's his toes. Oh, it's a hard shot. Got to find the headshot.
Can't believe he's not pulling the trigger.
What's he waiting for? This is the save. Is he trying to ninja? Go up behind him.
He won't get him for the defuse. There is a kit, but there's no time.
Maybe he gets more. Oh, okay. Okay. He gets found out eventually. AZ's probably wondering what the hell just happened. He's been stared at for so long. He doesn't get the frag in the end.
Yeah, but look, if he just had 1 kill and still went down, he would have had at least 4K. Now he only has 3.7. So trying to be an absolute hero in the late stages, he now has to operate with very little. So Hunter not considering his own bank balance here and what it would mean, looking for the greater good, and by doing so, he dies.
Oh my goodness, there's real drama actually apparently going down in the streamer world, Chad. You need to know about this.
Oh no.
XQC has been accused of stream sniping in a Fall Guys event.
Oh no.
Shroud says he's lost all respect.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, just want to keep you know, the finger on the pulse of that breaking news.
Fall Guys.
Competitive Fall Guys, stream sniping, Shroud, obviously ex-Counter-Strike professional now.
I'm so glad I'm not a gamer and just a Counter-Strike guy.
It's nice, isn't it?
Okay. Well...
Grabbed me on the roundabout before the rainbow trickle.
How would you have known?
Oh.
All right, Pixies and Wizards aside, we're talking about guns.
Guns, man. Testosterone. Jokes aside, Kenny wants info, and he's going to get more than info if he peeks this. Come on, man. That's risky business. He gets MSL and gets away. A lovely chip away at the North statue. He's even going for wall bangs. Call your jets, Kenny. Mission accomplished. Leader down. Breaking point of Vertigo here. You can see, look at the CTs. There's still 60 seconds of play. I just stole your point, Chad.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's the main point of the round. It's this A bomb site. They can't play forward because they get taken down. They can't play in limbo.
That's why Kenny went for the fight, right? He had to give him something.
And now they're working with a number advantage, but still, for some reason, North feel more threatening.
Always. On these T executes, they've definitely got it all refined and ironed out. Nico having a great Vertigo performance, though. I will remind you, he's been statistically struggling on this one and very few on record. The mollies are great. Look at North. They've completely locked down any potential CT positions.
Nico cannot repick this. Lazy with the cusp of the smoke would take his head off. What are you going to retake with?
Just going to hold the push, and they re-smoke as well.
Oh, they don't have a kit, Alex.
Yikes from me. D-O-double-G.
They need to find all 4 kills before they can even consider defusing.
Oh, Lord, here we go. And they're fighting them. They look to stand and fight around short, around sight box. 1 for 1. Jack's revealed. He hits the shots necessary. So does Kenny. Doubling up. They know where Cajun is. He's low. Need to be holding a 10-second defuse. Nico cannot afford to miss. He hits it. The crucial headshot found. And G2 weather the storm. Just about by the skin of their teeth. It's down to a 2-on-1. 14 found. G2 do weather it with very little util. And take a look at the round recap if we can. If you'll be so kind. You'll see how many times they've had to defuse that, this time without the kit. North are having no issues. You can see they've had a refined T side to the point where they can get into sites whenever they please.
Look at this.
I haven't seen so many bomb plants, or at least conversions in the CT side off of a bomb plant in some time. Like, North have been doing half of the hard work and struggling on the conversion.
Yeah, Jax was a massive hero there in that retake as well with the double. North are still threatening. Look at the North bank balance. This is absurd.
Yeah, they keep going, man.
One of their players came into this with 11K. And they just have so much cash to work with, while G2, they have to cobble this together. Hunter on a UMP again.
Check this out. Could be worked, right?
Yeah.
The exec worked. North probably going to give it another go. Nexa come to rotate in to drop utility as soon as they start to pop theirs.
It's open.
Oh, no, Nexa, you're so exposed. He does get his incendiary down, but he's swinging all the same.
Needs more.
He needs a lot more. AZ swinging. The flames do guise him a little. Maybe. Oh, vision! It's restored, but AZ adjusts in time. Hunter's only got a UMP, and AZ is the hero for North. He's got 30 frags, and AZ popping off. Triple kill, round 1. B works for the North players again, and that's going to put, I think, their fourth T round on the board now.
They've been so threatening.
That's, like, you see how fast that was. It went from nothing to everything, and a flashed off Nexa.
Oh, and Gade once more. The hunt is on. Kenny, where are you going to save this? You can't go back towards A.
1,400 loss bonus, Chad.
They're in the bin right now, G2. Kenny has to hold on to this. He needs to keep this AWP. The only avenue to escape right now is through middle, but that's quickly being taken away. Look at the hunt. North can risk this. They have the bank balance. They can start pushing out.
I think ladder room's a really solid play.
Are they going to poke their head up? Oh, they've gone the wrong way. They're hunting in the wrong area. Kenny's got away with this.
Safe as houses.
Wait, come on, AZ. I thought he was going to push on in.
So that's something. And North will be happy to convert with a clean round as well. They got money for the rest of the half, as Chad's outlined already, and quite the opposite state of affairs for G2. Thank you, AZ. What a delivery from him.
Where do you put Kenny, though? If you risk it and put him over towards B,
I mean,
and they decide to go for one of their A plays, you have Skittles. You got absolutely nothing over towards A to defend this. G2 at this stage of the game, I think they have 1 timeout left, but they're not even taking it to talk through their options. They're not investing. Ah, there it is. It had to come through. The final timeout now. Both teams using all 4.
Do you force around the AWP?
Oh, well, it's only 1900 next round.
I mean, it's...
Regardless, they're working with very, very little. This is the worst place the CT
Two
side can be in.
anti-ecos to finish off your game.
This is a rubbish position to be in. You feel horrible. You know you can't buy in. You know that you're not going to have anything potent. It needs to be heroics. And Kenny on the AWP, all eyes are on him.
Yeah, he knows it, though. That's kind of where he thrives. He's liked it in the past. Transitioning into more of a team-based player, it's always been a balance. He's trying to strike an equilibrium between Stardom and team-based Counter-Strike. So the timeout has elapsed. It seems that Kenny will have to be the hero. A Kevlar vest and an AWP. North have been very diligent with their utility, with their T side. Although it hasn't always converted, you've seen some great retakes out of the G2 side. They are going for the full eco.
Giving him 15.
Giving him practically 15, unless Kenny S. They sent him to B. It will be the A take.
All right, Jax, you want the spot in the team? Right now, it'd be a great round to get yourself a couple of Deagle headshots.
Let's see what you got. Fully bought up. Eco around a saved AWP. North cannot let this slip. A boost ain't bad idea. He's calling for it. Sprays are going to hurt, though. Yep.
Look at all that.
That hurts. Hunter even burning and combined with the wall bangs.
Hazy's having a game.
Yeah, he's having a real big game. MSL into the side. That's one from Nexa, and it does put a weapon in his hand temporarily. AZ, oh no, Kenny. We need more from you. He's dived into elevator, very aggressive. Kenny maybe not ready for this. And destruction, he's heading towards 40. AZ's had a real resurgence into the T side. Late stages, look at him go. He's on for 40 frags. Bloody hell.
Look at how much money G2 are operating with as well, just around that 4K mark or under.
Get out of here.
And he knew if they take this AWP away, that is one of the threats completely dealt with. And Kenny gets there to try and help, but as soon as those early kills went down on short, he should have been nowhere near that bomb site.
You've seen North Util as well. Like, you can't be headshot, you can't be snipers. You've got to fight them at short. That's mollied off as well. If you don't control that ramp aggression, you just get executed on, and it's strong enough to work every time. So this is what they were saving for. They're playing into the OT here. It's a crucial round of play for Hunter and Nico's SMG A-hold.
That is, oh my God, how are they going to make this work? Utility has been prioritized. They're not dropping it out early, but that's been limped on through at 1:30. Nobody home towards Scaff. North waiting for G2 to make a mistake, and they're the ones who have to take the risk.
They love dropping that util. They keep just...
It's barely done any damage.
It hasn't, significantly less than you've seen from more well-drilled and taking sound cues, taking info, then dropping that util. There we go. Some more promising nade towards AZ's position, but they keep... Oh, no.
Oh, and they flubbed it as well.
Themselves.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, they're sketched out here. Sketched out very much so. They've jumped all of their util already, and MSL starts his prowl. There's no warp to hold him. You put your head in the vice here if you peek him, and Kenny is jiggling into immediately. Okay. Barrel spotted. He knows Kenny's on the site as well. Hunter's already been sent low. The smoke's starting to drop. Kenny tucking in. Hunter's what he's supposed to do with an SMG in that position. Oh, Nico losing his duel. It looks like North can do it. That's
Kenny.
heroics. Two of them line up. Kenny seizes an advantage out of the moments before defeat. They need to get the bomb down. Smokes are fading. Gay drops his and starts the default plant. They got Incendiary. I don't know if he can stop it. It's bad. He gets away with the bomb plant. And now AZ can smoke off elevator if he desires. It's a good time to do it.
No kid again.
Nexa is dropping his util for the retake. AZ tagged up, 50 HP. Nexa and Jax have health. They don't have kits. They're going to have to go for some big burst of energy on a flashbang. That's the flash. They turn and they push so low. Kenny trying to find more impact. He's already found the heroic double. That's Jax with one. Two remain. All onto Jax. He just doesn't have time for this. He's going to get played with.
Just hunt him down.
Needs a clean headshot. Cajun's jiggled that the AK could be better, but no time. A 16-14. Played out to perfection by Cajun. AZ pulling them across the line with blood. 115 ADR, he finishes that map on. And they take it to G2. They take the punish pick. North 1, G2 0. Of utility on MSL. Let's get this pistol round started, Chad.
No defuse kit in play here, so we're getting to a post plank.
Utility on MSL. Let's get this pistol round started, Chad.
No defuse kit in play here, so we're getting to a post plank. Keep that in mind. But AZ, he wants to take a fight immediately, and he was fantastic on Vertigo. In case you missed it, bit of a banger. Pulled North across the line in a close affair, but Lekro, he's tucked in towards the back of the B bomb site. If he takes any of this contact, looks like Jackson Hunter might be selling a bit of a fake here. Decoy through the sky. That'll draw out some comms at least, and Jax has been left in the upper tunnels to maybe go for a double pump on this. The bomb currently resides outside of the long doors. G2 about to close in on middle.
They have no info mid, but they do have info short. You can see how little of Lekro visible there. And it will be Cajun B, the P2K gang. MSL could throw util for Cajun, but oh, he's not going to get a chance to now. It's already lost his teammate. Now the nade! Oh my lord, the damage! Look at their health. Shaken, but unfortunately it falls to two members, Lekro and AZ, to finish off the job of that HE, and I'm afraid that's not the day. Nico's low.
Clean.
Yeah, doesn't get cleaner than that.
Don't even need the utility. Look at this. Nexa and Jax hold on to the lion's share. They still have a smoke and 2 flashes to carry through for Nexa. Jax with 2 flashbangs. You've even got some USPs being picked up to be carried on through, but look straight at North, bouncing back into 2 scouts, MSL and AZ. They've opted into those. Smoke grenade for AZ as well. And a few more. Cajun, Gade, and Lekro have all gone for pistol upgrades. Deagles North have a chance here to bounce back.
I love me a scout mid. Very powerful. If you get the headshot through the door, that is still that one-shot kill.
Dust 2, if you look at the percentage for North, it's not fantastic. 30% win rate on it in the last 3 months, but one of their victories, their most recent, was over Sprout, as AZ almost takes a bit of damage there. It was a 16-4 victory in the IEM Beijing qualifier, so their most recent Dust 2 game did go well. Let's see if they can carry that through here. Gade and Cajun are 2 of their biggest performers, so we'll look to them to see them with some rifling impact. And they've chosen to start here on the CT side. Slow pace here from G2 in the early stages of the round, just taking that standard mid control, and AZ trying to look over the top of the smoke for some damage, won't find anything. G's doing a great job of obscuring his vision. Still no tags landing, but he's at least called a couple cross towards short. High alert now for the players on A.
Nix has been holding that long push this whole time, and just as he falls away, Cajun goes looking. Keep your eyes on that one, as they do look to pivot into a mid to B. It could work, you know. AZ's been spotted. He's only got a scout to defend it. It might fall down to Lekro's Deagle. He's no slouch on the Deagle as Lekro. I wouldn't write him out. The flash could do a lot of work, though. He's tucked in. CT smoked out by Nico. Oh, he spots the head of Kenny. They know it's coming. AZ looking for just a quick scope. Jax has found Gade on the rotate. He's locking it down in deep CT, and there's another body dropped. It is the Lekro Deag, though, and quickly dealt with by Nico. Problem solved.
Very good note here for G2. They didn't panic when the smoke went down towards the B double doors. They just took their time. They negated that by smoking CT spawn a bunch more times and poised and waited. MSL seeing if he can pluck anyone out, but he's going to go down. Jax with the long-range Mac-10 makes it sing, and now it's just Cajun, the Deagle in hand. He would do well to hold on to this, but finding some frags is good. Jax falls, his position given up now. Kenny's hunting, Kenny's looking. Hunter's coming over as well. So is Nico, but they've only got guns to lose right now, G2. How much do they want to invest into this hunt? Cajun won't be able to find himself a scout, won't be able to find himself an upgrade whatsoever. Unless they give it to him, and they're still hunting. They're still looking for this. G2 really don't want to go up against any threats in round number 3. Spotted now, and oh, could have just hidden in the sight boxes there, unawares as Kenny hits a big shot, and that's clean for G2. Sure, 2 casualties, but they take everything away from North, and that means, at best, maybe some P250s upgraded in for round number 3. Should be an easy one here. G2 are now operating with 3 AK-47s. Don't need to opt for those SMGs anymore. Maybe send Hunter in first. Let him be the scout. Mop up a couple of easy kills, as it will be a flash for Cajun B. And they've stacked towards the mid door, so we might have a bit of a brawl here. This could be carnage.
Ooh, I like the nades, actually. Look at the damage it's done to MSL. He caught that one right on the jaw. Oh, Nico is in an aimbot's location. It is Hunter going down. Won't be seeing any SMG frags. Lekro, that's not too shabby, mate. He's only had a P250. He's managed to find himself 2 kills in that door fight against AKs and Galils. Anything else is a bonus. Those were a bonus. Don't want to really see any weapons fall into Lekro's hands, as you can see how perfectionist G2 were about denying that Deagle armor in the round prior.
I'm really quite curious to see when we get into the gun rounds how active North stay on the CT side. On Vertigo, that was one of their strengths, as Lekro might have a chance. Nico cleans him up, and 6-0 now for Nico. Had a great showing on Vertigo. Was all in vain as they couldn't pick up the map.
Good to get him off to a good start, though. That is a new presence in the G2 roster. I'm sure Nico, as we learned from Malik as well, that it is a valuable second voice. At times it was a little quiet, he suggested. Nico and Nexa, bit of a brain trust as well. So no leadership for Nico. He can focus on his crosshair, and well, no better time than now on the long peak. Gets the AWP and gets a chance. They jump over it. Movement from Cajun B keeps him alive.
Well, MSL's got the AWP out here on the first gun round as well, but going toe-to-toe with Kenny is going to be no easy feat. Might have to find impact against some of the other players of G2 if he can. Wouldn't be saddling up, wouldn't be calling for any head-to-heads if I was MSL. Kenny is very quick.
Yeah, Nico's looking like a man on a mission, isn't he? He's got intent. Up short. It's a long lean from the CTs. If Gade doesn't tuck himself in time, you can see he's responsible for middle as well. MSL does start to cast his eyes over towards the short presence now they've lost that info.
Nexus still has the bomb outside long here, so either someone will have to come take that out of his hands or he'll have to regroup, which means there won't be any pressure if they go for an A split. More utility now being limped out towards Catwalk. That's going to keep North honest. You can see Gade now. He doesn't know whether to watch mid or rotate over to help MSL. And they're holding on to these mollies. Could be instrumental in this one. Is 45 seconds now on the clock. 2 mollies and a smoke, a bunch of flashes. That's all North have to defend with.
Those 2 incendiaries are on A. You're bang on. Gade, it would be hard for him to get the trajectory right, but he could deny the plant. Time will become sensitive if they don't start to commit within the next 10 seconds. Here comes some fake mid presence. Jax is being held. MSL flashed off the line. He'll re-peek in. Need a second flash, and he still gets a chance. Momentary though it may be. He pulls the trigger. MSL very low. Gade gets both of them, and the bomb's dropped down. Oh no, disaster has struck. One of them has to retrieve it. Nico, 14 seconds. He can't even get the bomb. He's gonna have to throw it over. No, they've both dropped down. Now you just don't have time. Oh dear, were they hoping to boost perhaps? It's a round that goes absolutely disastrously for the T side in the end. MSL did very well to actively hold that line. Just gets a chance to pull the trigger before the flashes started popping.
North weren't pressured really anywhere on the map there until the execute came in. Just able to stand towards long. Gade was more than comfortable towards CT spawn. MSL even getting a kill as they came out short. The execute wasn't on point for G2 to deal with an AWPer. And G2 are just going to bound into round number 5 here with 1 AWP in the hands of Nico as the long spawn again. He's purchased into that. Goes for the pick. Shot not landing again. And now North are on high alert. They've heard the AWP shot and Nico's re-picked.
We take those. Nico takes those. And that's Gade going to be a little bit frustrated now watching as he has to see his team battle against a disadvantage. Admittedly not in the finances, but in this AWP from Nico.
Very quick on this as well. Straight out mid doors now. Kenny's leading the charge. Nico with the AWP.
All he needs is one player from that B site to have a look, right? AZ's jiggling the doors. It would be a very hard AWP shot to hit. He's hoping windows. Oh, look how passive he's playing that. Nico would have to be fully exposed to CT.
Oh, that's debated in.
Yeah, okay. So Cajun's holding the long doors, but so far they've got time. And actually, AZ
across. They run boosted.
One slipped the net. He has no idea. And Nico hits the shot. MSL dies on A. Are they making this work? It's just Glocks. A deagle on Kenny. They're pivoting back towards A with Hunter locking the doors on B. This is working. This is some great calling. Cajun's pushed up on long. They're taking liberties. And he's still got 2 paranoid on B.
I don't think they know Hunter's even here. That run boost to get across must have...
This is cool.
Hunter doesn't need to pick at all. And it might even be the save call from North. Yeah, it is. He's called that. This is wild stuff. They could even chase if they wanted.
It started with just Glocks and an AWP, and now they're hunting down the rest of the rifles. These would be free upgrades. Like, this is the buy round starting now. It's like, come and get them, boys. The market store's open. Hunter scouted it out. Looks like there's some real high-ticket items. And, well, AZ's got a nice little off angle on the car advance. Hunter is still the unknown entity. He's just wishing he had a weapon worth using. There's AZ spotted out the window, and, yeah, looks like the hunt isn't going to get as much success as they would have hoped. Nexa has recovered a rifle, and so has Jax. So nothing really to gain, everything to lose.
Double AWPs is an interesting way to be kicking off your T-side campaign here. Obviously, Kenny's going to be gifted one of those. Nico could even hold on to the secondary. Yeah, and the fact that he re-peaked that as well, that was all Nico. Absolutely. Look at this first one. Misses the shot. He goes, oh, hold up a second.
One more.
I want to have a crack. And he's even got the reactions there to take down Gade. This shot onto MSL was everything you could see.
Let's go A.
Yeah, it's just left them with not too many options. If you get 2 kills on the A side of the map, it was just Cage and B over towards Long there. Had to pick his battles. They have saved 3 rifles. They've been able to buy back into another AWP. So North, they're not done just yet. Hunter's taken a lot of room here, straight down towards lower dark, a minute 40 on the clock. They're doing this at quite the pace, and well, now Nico, he's defaulting with an AWP, so you cannot swing if you're North. You need to be very careful about these fights. 2 AWPs to deal with now.
Remember that Astralis game we were watching on Dust 2 and just how they gave nothing up. We watched a full 15 rounds of CTs not giving anything to that mid-hold.
Might be a gap here for Gade to work with.
Oh, it's a perfect smoke. Often you see that gap he was hoping to exploit, but someone's done their homework. Someone's lined it up perfectly.
If they execute onto A again, it's going to be a little bit more difficult with 2 AWPs teaming out of Cat.
Double smokes on that mid. AZ's in a position to be at least cool that there's no one swinging up. I say that, Nico's going to deny that. It's actually, spotted the elbow. Oh, what a horrible death. And what a horrible angle from AZ. Nico playing with fire. He takes the shot. Gade's tracer fire visible, but he's just taken both of the B defenders as they hit A. Oh no. G2, you've got a distinct advantage. Don't throw it away. Don't squander it. Bombs on Nexa. Nico has killed all of the B defenders. Now heading over to the site they plan to hit. Kenny onto MSL, but Cajun's aggressive. He's taken down the AWPer. Bombs now loose. Gade finding the frag. This is getting awkward. Gade goes down to Nico, and he's taken another round almost entirely on his own.
Oof, all right, well, it appears Nico's had enough. Losing map number 1 has spurred him on. 12 kills already.
Jesus, we haven't had one of these yet.
The next closest for Nico right now is 5 on his team, and Hazy, I just think he was completely unawares that he was even visible right there. That second shot was great as Lekra comes for the trade, and to finish things off, Gade did his absolute best, dropped the bomb, made it interesting.
That looked like Nico saying, yeah, it was awkward, but good job, everyone.
And now they've gone back to just a single AWP setup. Nico will be back down to a rifle, and there's some damage found. Lekra jumping across, 47 points of health remaining. Just the Deagles, light spreader utility, Kevlar for some. We did mention that North were always going to be up against it in regards to firepower, and AZ was the individual who carried them across the line. He was fighting fire with fire and making it look good. But Dust 2, it's much harder to stay in transition on the CT side, much harder to find those picks and get away. And the coordination that North had on their CT side of Vertigo, I'm not sure they're going to be able to get away with it here on Dust 2, as the scoreline currently resides at 5-1, and with these pistols, most likely 6-1. G2 getting off to a very quick start here. Again, Cat control completely under their control in the early stages. They have enough utility just to go for one of these set pieces again. And knowing you're up against MSL, not known, well, he is known to be an AWPer, but not known to be a Kenny S-style AWPer.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be so hard.
Such an advantage peeking over that smoke for the T's. You could see from MSL's POV how little he could see. Nico's going for a very ambitious control of his AK there over the flames. Couldn't barely see him. Kenny spots another and hunts it down with Hunter appropriately. Just like the B player, they know where he is. They know at least where he was destined to play. He actually was the one that caught flak on that Kenny S shot through the doors. So started the round with some damage, and he's the last one breathing. Looks like G2 unwilling to bend the knee or surrender anything. This is another spotless T round. This will start building quite the nice bank. Just $1,400 into the next one.
They haven't even had to go for all-ins towards long yet as Lekra is spotted. Nico takes him down and is continuing just to maraud through the map. 15 frags.
Whew.
Yeah, updated to 194 ADR. That's some wild scenes in the early stages here. So guns are back out. North need to start.
Dorping.
Oh, okay. Look at this. 4 scopes for the CT side. 2 AWPs, 2 AUGs. Cajun, the only one rocking an M4A4. Thinking the range might be able to help them out a bit in some of these duels. Spawning towards B, yeah.
And they leave the bomb at spawn. So this is going to feel like a B. It's going to feel like an all-in. Flashes. Smoke the molly. That's all the sounds and extra flashes you'd need to make it think it's a fast B. AZ
it's
tucks into
rotating.
the site. Gade is the one they're hunting, and they've caught him on the rotation. That's one of the A defenders down. Now Long is a threat, and they group up short. This is cool. Very cool Counter-Strike being played out here by G2. You can see they're managed to whittle away at the CT mindset. Cajun's trying to take some long doors control. He knows it's a priority. The nade indicates he's there, but they're up short. MSL Zorp is the only thing separating them from the site, and it's a good flash. He'll peek off of it and doesn't find anything. Incendiary to bide time, but they've got one of their own. A smoke to play around. MSL under a lot of pressure here. He peeks over. Another miss. Nades now advancing in. AZ trying to be the hero of this round. It's Nexa to fill the feed. MSL responds, but up from behind, it's still Nexa. finally shut down. The Org makes that duel easy. Lekro's low. AZ lingers in the smoke and nutmeg here. But Jax is the one.
In the shadow.
Yep. Element of surprise. Hunter just has to tuck in and G2 will convert. Oh, did he get it in the end? Yeah, we got the AWP saved and now a little skybox.
Yeah, check this out. So watch this CT smoke. It was used against them here. This is so they can cross mid. You've got AZ trying to use the AWP for mid control, and all these steps in upper tunnels has drawn his vision over towards B. Gade, also the rotator. You can see how quick he's back on this. The call comes through, and this smoke that I highlighted is used against them. So AZ can't see them while they kill Gade. So using their own smokes against them to get an opening kill here.
Completely isolating that mid play. You feel so vulnerable trying to rotate to B. You're supposed to be in that floating role. Ooh, Gade had a nasty round, and well, Lekro catching some flack through the doors. Probably doesn't want to re-peek again. Nico just taking liberties in long. That's some control.
What a scary side G2 is on a map like Dust 2 with all the freedom.
To do whatever they want, man. And they've got some big brains as well, throbbing into the second map. Let's not forget this is for elimination. Oh, that's a perfect catch. A little off angle from Cajun, pushed up and catches Nico's jump for info on pit. They can't afford to let this one slip away. G2 are rolling through with this momentum, and it is only up against unarmored Deagles.
Yeah, they do well to drop this one, but with just over a minute on the clock right now, they have long under control. They can go for one of these Na'Vi-style approaches, can even limp out some smokes to bait any utility that North are working with, and we can see it's very little. Just one smoke in the hands of Lekro here. The AWP's heard. They have cat control. And they walk up. They start their attack. Deep smokes. That makes it harder for these pistols to push on through.
I see. Funny business flanking that ramp. Very deep smokes. MSL has to respect them. You might want that flank, though. 3 of them. Heading back on short. They want to go CT. MSL's lost his life. They're charging towards CT as a pack. They're hoping that this gap can be something to push and punish. Hunter's got a perfect angle. Cajun misses his shots, and well, now locked out. Aim map begins. Gade is still down there and confirms it with a miss of his own.
Love tap.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Oh, that's going to be the 8th on the board. G2 just continue to storm forward. 8-1 now as these final few players are going to see what damage they can do. Gade will lop off the head of Hunter, but the immediate trades come out. Jax and Nex are finishing off 2, and it's just AZ. He's going to get isolated kill. That was his best for a second.
Shooting.
Not going to get close enough for one of these rifles. Might get blown in his direction, actually, so almost gets away from it. Dies with the detonation. Kenny, the only man surviving. Didn't have to do anything whatsoever in that post-plant scenario. And North, yeah, makes sense. Taking a time out, needing to talk through their options. It's all gone downhill since they lost that round to just the AWP of Nico with the upgraded pistols of the other few. Some good shooting. But that means nothing. You can see here, truckload of rounds on the trot, 5 to be exact for G2 Esports. Looking to run away with map number 2 here. Nuke will be the 3rd, and we will need it by the looks of things. That'll be an interesting affair. Dane's on Nuke, going up against the G2, who are in their early stages when bringing this roster together. It was definitely not a map that they were too comfortable on.
Whilst I agree, Chad, I reckon if G2 can maintain this trend and this form, I think the question will truly be, we'll get a real cliche battle of strategic Counter-Strike versus brute force Counter-Strike. I think though G2 are capable of the former, I think this individual Nico-driven T side.
Bit of brawn versus brains, you reckon?
Yeah, truly, I do. I think we're going to get the full cliche because there's one way for North to win and there's one way for G2 to do exactly what they're doing here on Dust 2 again.
Cade's been able to rotate over this time. Lucky him. He does smoke on the hinge. Make the vision a bit harder as they jump up towards the Xbox. Molotovs are good as well.
Give Adren some credit for that one. Don't know who we actually did it first. We never do.
Yeah, we just pick it up from the officials. So he was the first man.
When we were casting.
Yeah. Back with Avantgarde, that feels like a lifetime ago.
They were throwing not only that smoke, but the pair you'll be seeing thrown out very regularly on these ATEX. The one that Nico BS'd MSL through.
Now, the thing with this is, if you're North and you're continuously giving up cat control and not trying to disrupt these executes, you need to either play retake or hope to God that MSL is getting you multiple kills here as they flood out. The fact that they're currently sitting in a 2-1-2 setup, 2 towards B, 1 towards middle, and 2 towards the A site, means that if MSL is flashed off the line, he will drop back. Wait, he's committing to this. Going onto the ramp, he needs to deliver right now.
Yeah, smokes are being dropped off on that AWP corner, but He will have vision of one. What on earth, Jax? Gage got a huge flank here. He doesn't get the triple, but it's enough to slow him down. Cajun as well from Pit does not go down to Hunter. And it is just the two of them. Nico and Hunter, cousins in arms. Bomb going down, courtesy of Nico. Hunter holding short. He's in limbo. The nade could do some significant damage, but it's not going to rebound.
Oh, 1 HP.
Oh, he lives to tell the tale, and there's more where that came from. Flames thrown by Gade. What do? Hunter, you're going to go down unless you push forward, and he does. Actually catch Lekro. What? He tagged up another. They were doubled up. Hunter's actually got the frag. He's got 1 HP, and now his teammate has found another.
He has to save. AZ doesn't have an option.
What a turnaround, considering the HP. That HE brings him down to 1. And Hunter stands his ground against Lekro.
You can see the difference there with the decision-making. If AZ dropped the Molotov on the site in the exact same formation that he put that HE, that could have been both players burning to death. Hunter left on 1, it would have been 1 tick. He's out. Nico, hot feet, having to deal with short and long. That could have been the second round for North, but that's just the difference in the decision-making right there. And Gade, the almost hero too, could have been the third. But not enough. As on 1 HP fighting like that, Hunter knew exactly what he had to do, and they get 2 kills, they mop up the round, and they put the 9th. Running away with this one, and fantastic to pull that one off. It got dicey for a moment.
Certainly did. 9 now for G2. Holding on to that run ever since the 4th round of play where North found something, and it was a bit of a drought ever since. Gade jiggling nicely. Doesn't really do significant damage to Kenny, but he'll hold the tight line. He knows he's only against pistols, so why not? Flash deters him. MSL and AZ taking a big push here. Did Jack spot him?
They're not ready for this.
Hunter's ready. Oh, is he not? Yeah, Hazy's won that duel, but Nico's very, very quick to punish. Keiko doesn't want to be ahead of his own smoke or his teammates. That's long on lock for a couple more seconds.
He was spotted as well, so if he can quickly readdress somewhere else on the map, they could posture a bit of a threat here with the last 3 remaining members. Lekro can look on... Oh, he could have looked on towards middle. That smoke has completely removed him.
Such a powerful one.
Gade can't even push through this.
And if you do the jump, you're actually completely covered by that smoke. Yeah, just like that. Perfect demonstration from G2.
They're back to Cat again. They've really found the weakness here against North. Just time and time again, they punish with these executes. Gade might try that flank again, and they're down a man, so there is easily a gap. Jax is dealing with the B-bomb site.
If he walks into B and sees it clear, does that change anything?
That should do, especially considering the time, but it depends on how much he clears on out here. So with 35 seconds left, they're going to wait for him to get contact before they commit onto A. And at this point, Gade, he's segregating them. He could have a bit of impact if he finds a kill or 2. Jumping on up, gets 1.
What a shot from Gade, and he's wormed his way away.
Jax is coming from B now.
Yeah, 20 seconds. Jax convinced that B is clear. And that's the bomb from Cajun.
Oh,
B
no.
double up on the dig. What a disaster for G2. It was Gade's frag that's just put them into chaos. They just don't have time. They've lost it all. Gade's even recovered an orb. That may not be saved as the molly comes out. Gets himself up on the stairs and gets away. Wow. Cajun's double dig just completely seals the deal. North will take that any day of the week.
Oh, Lekro even got there just in time to pick up an AK. So from that round, they go in with a scout and a couple of deagles, walk away with 2 AKs and an AK, and this is how it started. Nico with some good trades, but this shot right here.
Right there.
Kenny's going to be real upset with that one, and this is some poised stuff here from Cajun. Big round, and look, maybe Jax lurking towards the B site was the undoing. If they'd just gone with their standard execute, they had the number advantage. They would have been able to run over with the firepower that they had in North. But that's a round, and this is a boost. Over the top of the smokes. MSL looking to get a little bit cheeky here. Won't be offered up anything, has to dismount. Molotov to deal with close mid doors. As back towards Cat they go, flash it over. MSL has to dip on back in towards CT now. They're being pushed back. The utility usage from G2 is great within the early stages. No information. No chance for a frag, and now it's
in dribble,
CT.
smoke B, flashes B, and the CT smoke as they start hitting short. That's very convincing. You've got 3 CTs out of position. MSL's not on A this time as well. Flashing long, so Gade's kept out, and he's evaded the first, not the second. They're into the site now. Can't get across. Cajun on long, more flashes. This is great from G2. Completely locking them out. Jax is holding the rotate.
Nightmare scenario for G2 is if they all play short in the post plant because there's still utility to lock them in. Counter-Strike by the numbers would mean you cannot just tuck into Cat. You have to play some more forward positions, and Jax, he was instrumental, but he's fallen down.
Easy was so ready and aware. Times it well on the re-peek. Charging into the site now, looking good, but the transfer from Nico is huge. They've got the frags though, and do they have the time? It'll need to be the kit defuse. All good in the hood, Cajun has it. And so North stringing together a couple. G2, I said they had to hold on to that dominance. It could slip away to a competitive half here.
That's a bit of a mistake there from G2. Surely they've gone through with their theory that when you play against a retake setup on A, you can't just all play off towards Cat. You have to be postured over towards the bridge. Gandalf ready to fight as they come up CT and long. If you give them control like that, you're going to get beat down. You're in a very tight choke point. Now, the scoreline is still 9-3, but if North are able to get 3 more on the board, they're able to get this as a 9-6 half. From how this started, North will have recovered. They will have some confidence to run away with this and get back into the game.
Woo.
Damage to AZ. Great shot there from Kenny.
Couldn't pick a better target.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
37 frags, by the way, from AZ on Vertigo. So if you're wondering why we're a bit remiss to not be seeing something similar into this map, that's why. 37. He was the one to keep the G2 individuals quiet at times.
G2 might opt for a different approach now that that A execute hasn't worked. They're still going for cat control, and you want to make sure that you continue with this as the circle jump run boost for Hunter around the corner looks stylish. There was no one home to receive that. Sounds are heard from Gade, hearing the scoping, understanding that players do have cat control, and the utility is good for G2 to go for this again. Lining up the smokes. This will come down to the calling and time of Nexa. They've left long open. Jack's just to deal with the rotation through tunnels again. Lekro looks like he wants to have a look in here.
Really does. Okay, patience is everything here. 45 seconds, Next is going to drop it. So that's the wall smoke. Molotov towards the site from Nico. Double. They'll be able to peek over that second smoke. It's actually towards CT, and Jax just takes the AWP out of it. Gade, not this time. They were ready for it this time. Hunter punishes, and now they can commit. Now they release Nico into the catwalk hold. I say that with bated breath. He's actually been spotted out, and
oh, easy as that.
Sits Lekro down, pats him on the heads, and says, "Not today, kid. Not today." Nico, 22 and 5. Just adding some more average damage per round to his stats. He's even hunting down an AZ who is just around the corner. Oh my God, Nico. Nico, you just are unrelenting. Oh, come on, leave him alone. He's killing him in T-spawn. 10 for G2. It is just a one-man band trumpeting his way through Dust 2 here. Good catch from Hunter as well. Really like that.
Yeah, they were ready
previously
for it.
Gade likes to catch that timing.
You could see it almost looked like a fake as well, because they sent Jack so far ahead of the rest of the crew there. He was all the way on site while 4 of them were still over towards Catwalk. So a rough way to go right there as North, they will buy back in. More damage on the cross. Both MSL, Lekro, and even AZ copying a bit of damage with the kill for MSL. He's finally found one.
And Cajun's caught another. Some individual brilliance. Just one out duel on long. MSL peeking over that mid smoke works perfectly.
If they just walk out mid to B right now, there is so much room for G2 to work with, but they don't know that. Tucked in towards B will be AZ and Lekro again. Just the jiggle peaks on both tunnels and the double doors. Hunter's finally taken that space. There's 2 towards long for North, 1 in swing of MSL, and now that they've finally fortified long with this blue bin boost, Gade can play in rotation, but he's hanging around. They're not quite sure where this hit will come in. Smoke towards mid to B now. Might get them moving, might get them thinking. A Molotov as well to show a bit more intent. Secondary smoke. They might bite down.
Nice lineup. Hunter trades. There's one more on B. It's Lekro. Needs to get in the doors now. Oh, spots him. Good shooting from Lekro. Trying to hide. Jax just about evades Gade's gaze, but he's gone down all the same. It will be 4 then for North, and a perfect teammates. Everybody contributing in the Danish roster. So last round, first half, second map.
Kenny's at the buy-in here with the Tech 9, so money has been kept honest for G2 throughout this game. The late resurgence from North, it's whittled down the economy to a point where there will be a Tech 9 and a Galil, 3 AKs, no AWP to work with. Utility is good. We haven't seen any real all-ins towards long as a team from G2, just a couple of picks or individual attempts, so this would be the time for the gear change. Smoke towards the corner, flashes to follow. Looks like they're all in for long. Oh, they've cancelled. They're going short. It was just Hunter. He's dead. Great pick.
Smoke. MSL was smoked off and chose to pull the trigger at the perfect time. Cajun, lovely peek. Gets another. G2 looking a bit battered and bruised. A 5th round here for North is in hot pursuit. Gade's using that smoke. He's hidden within it. Fades. And just before Nexa goes down, that's a crucial find from Nico. reacts in time to keep the leader alive. And don't forget, he not only has the bomb, he's got some smokes, some flashes, need to get them deployed. They do. AZ's on CT, smoked off, the flash is good. Oh, MSL jumps to survive. 20 HP as the nade does try to chip away even further. 6, Lecro's low, and they're both even lower, 6 feet lower. AZ has to save the day, and Kenny denies it. That's an 11-4 half, boys. That's a biggie. G2 want to take us to nuke. Next is gonna go and hydrate. You should too. We'll be back to see if G2 can survive and take us to 3.
They want to finish this quick, G2.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends how Gade goes, right? If he starts walking up fast, there's going to be so much space. Next is responsible for the cross with a P2K at CT.
AZ's already watching the flank as well, so as the shadow advantage here, how inquisitive does Kenny want to get? He's locked them in, and there's the shadow. AZ with a free kill. Gade's already found one as well, so straight onto the A bomb site. Nico's found the trade. Information for North early as the bomb will go down. They still have a lot of utility for this post plant. A smoke and a Molotov on Cage and flashes for MSL to work with.
Oh, that
trying
molly.
to get short.
Yeah, that molly's going to spur them forward, surely. Oh, they're actually gone back. Even worse. Perfect use of their U-turn. And now they've taken the space. A deep smoke on top of it. This is great video gaming.
Oh, what?
Hey, as Jax actually catches that smoke push. What are they planning? A run boost? Go on. Over MSL's head. Go on, Hunter. Trying to find him. Leaps over. They've gone unchecked. Trying to nutmeg. No one's checking. It should be MSL's double. Jax has fallen, and Nico does too. A double for both of the remaining. And that's a pistol and a half, isn't it?
I am very, very impressed that AZ was watching the flank that early, so they were aware of the gaps that they were leaving open, and G2 might want to look for some aggression. As you take a look at the scoreboard here, as we can see this funny-looking run boost and MSL getting the must-make kills, that was a huge haul in the first half from Nico. I think he had 26 kills, or 26 maybe after that pistol frag. Nobody else on his team even has double digits. So we could come into question some problems here if G2 are unable to get going early. They lose a couple of tilt rounds. Their players aren't getting multi-kills, but we're going to find out very quickly. They're straight into the 4 spy. Deagles for 4. CZ75 for Hunter with utility. Oh,
and Jax has lined up a perfect crosshair place. Deagle.
Committing.
They are fully committing. Jax just needs one more. And he's chipped away at AZ. That's good from the... Oh my God, Hunter's got no bullets. He accepts his fate, but he finds a double kill. Dropping his smoke in panic. They're making the second round force look good, making it look competitive. Nico's very late to the arrival. Kenny doesn't want to go down without a fight here. Nico's trying to lock him in tunnels.
He's hiding in the smoke. Oh, and he's missed his own.
It's a bit flubbed. There is a tiny gap that could be punished here, and yeah, Gade's holding it. Both of them are. Gade finds a crucial frag. Nico 26 and 7. Can they save it? It's a hard shot. Steadies it. Tags him up. AZ's vulnerable now. Nexa wants to help as best he can. Nico's hunting. AZ tucked in. Crossfire held, but he does hit the shot. It's all onto Gade now. He finds the first. He's hunted down by Nexa. No time for the round win, but they get all the kills they need. Nexa, not got the time to save his rifle and defuse. Needs to go shopping for something a little better. Looks like it's an AK. Good job.
You could see there the communication probably heavy that there was a defuse kit over towards platform, but just not enough time. Started in style, but that actually spurred North forward. And this is fantastic from AZ and Gade, just not to show anything. By not fighting, they secured the round. It was all using that bomb as that 6th man or 3rd man in the 2v2. As North, they've managed to keep their head above water, but it's not done just yet. The AK for Nexa with head armor behind it. Deagles for Jackson, Kenny. Oh, and Nico as well. Bloody hell, this one gets scary. Hunter's actually opted for the P250. Long control taken, but look, how are you going to get past this gauntlet? These Deagles, they don't tend to miss that often. All right, peering on down. This is just going to be a matter of timing. We're on board with Kenny here, Nico in tow. The smoke's towards the cross.
Ooh.
Shots sing out. There's not a lot of utility for them to work with, so they have to spur forward on this. Nico's actually going to drop a smoke of his own, and that'll make taking the A bomb site even harder. North need to stay calm. Flash through. Nico gets caught off guard. They're taking the space.
Yeah, Nexus AK, though, has actually managed to find himself a double. Surely finished eventually. AZ does what AZ's been doing throughout the series. Hunter spotted on the elevator, but he hits a good shot, maybe. With Cajun so disconnected, if they could just find AZ, it's not going to be easy shots to hit. A P250 and a Deagle. Cajun finally arriving to the party. AZ should have this one on lock. He's continued to be dealt with by Kenny S and Smoke CT to make Hunter's job all the more difficult.
It's a safe plant here, and it looks like Kenny and Hunter are going to split up their forces. One through long, one through short. Cajun caught off guard, looking the wrong way. Still going to make the kill, so surviving right now, it will just be Kenny. Very difficult round to win.
A low AK-47.
Good call. Going to save that, going to drop that across to a teammate. He's even going to have enough to buy an AWP in the next. So G2's first gun round will be looking pretty. But North, they quickly clawed this back. It looked like a dominant first half. You can see just after the pistol round, if you convert, if you keep it clean, a scoreline that was 11-4 quickly to 11-7. They get that first gun round. They convert against the Eco again. They're well and truly back in this, North. To wait and see what their first gun round approach does look like, because they will be slightly hamstrung. Cajun and AZ have to drop guns across here going into the fourth round of play in the second half, just to make sure everybody can get the utility they desire. And not even an AWP coming out. So North will be operating with 5 rifles. You might see something a little bit more execute heavy here. Will have to be picture perfect with their nades to make sure that Kenny is unable to pick them off.
So this is where I start to believe in North. If they convert here, round 19, you send them back into that 3,400 awkwardness. They've invested all but the goose egg. You can see $0 for the majority. And here comes Nico. Oh, he's in the perfect place at the perfect time. A full 30 bullets unloaded into the smoke, even throwing an extra 12 from his sidearm. He has completely denied long. Try something else, he says.
Oh, this is quite interesting. If they go mid to B now, there might be a gap and pressure on Hunter and Jax. Jax not familiar with holding the B bomb site, traditionally a long holder. Still has a chance here. Smokes towards CT, Molotovs as well. Nico is pushing long during this, and good utility usage from the B defenders. They've locked them out towards window and doors. This is all coming down to timing. North don't have the utility to re-smoke.
Yeah, they're going to be locked in as that fades. Kenny will be able to peek, and Nico's working on doors as well. Oh, Kenny held by Cajun. This is a crucial shot to hit, and well, he's missed it. The molly will force the fight, but are they ready for Nico? He wasn't, and Kenny finds the fight in the flame. Nexa, he needs to go down, but he hits the shot, and that's a near spotless round. They recover the AWP as well, thanks to Nexa. 4 left standing at the end of that one. G2 do connect the 12th, and this is where hope starts to dwindle.
And this is where the impact of those eco rounds for G2 is really felt, because North, they're working with very little. The 1,400 loss bonus coming through at the high end is given 2,900 to Lecro. At the low end, it's 1,500 for Cajun. They've had to take a timeout to talk through their options here. A force buy wouldn't be the worst call. Give them something to operate with, try and keep the pressure on. But look at Nico running away with this. 30 kills already, having a game of it. Lock them down towards long, rotated in to help out Kenny. Seals them up a very, very nice first gun round here. Now, I want to see the distribution of players again for G2 going up against what they think might just be a bit of an eco or a low buy. I want to see who's holding where. We heard from Nexa that things have been rejigged around.
You know, I didn't have Malik down as someone that would dabble in scatter cushions, but
No,
he's fully scattering.
maybe it's his partner who's scattering the cushions.
Oh, you're right. That's an assumption I've made there. Maybe Malik's partner in crime is more of a scatter cushion aficionado.
Or he's had someone in, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Professional in.
That was the Hank G approach.
You get them in, you get them to design the place. But yeah, North are going all in. They've shoved their chips to the middle of the table. They've got 2 AKs with head armor behind it.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, you're right. Jax is uncomfortable at B in the sense of not playing it for the majority of his tenure in the G2 jersey. Hunter's there alongside him for now.
Having Nico as your swingman, I do love it. Lots of flexibility. Nexa locking down long. It is a strong A-hold when you consider the pieces of the puzzle for G2 on that bomb site. But retooling back towards B, they need to get past Jax deep in the site. Hunter up close, lots of footsteps heard. This nade is good.
Yeah, he's got a flash as well to re-peek. And that's the first frag. They got more util to dump now. And this full investment's just gone awry. North, they put everything, as you said, into the center of the table. And well, G2 just flip it. Gade and AZ gone already.
I don't see a way back into round number 20.
That's an unarmored AK on Lecro, yeah.
It's going to be very, very difficult. You'd have to hit some absolute bangers of shots. You can see MSO, he's just stood towards long, waiting for the smoke to clear with the nutmeg. But Nexa, he doesn't want a piece of it. Playing it safe over towards pit. You've got Kenny mid-long with the AWP. A very standard setup. MSO would have to hit an amazing shot here to even consider taking down Nexa. There it is. Spammed on through the pole. And now it's just a 2-on-5 situation. 30 seconds left. The bomb down. That would be the only real consolation North could take away from this round. Steps on out. Lekro with a banger.
Yeah, that's exactly the start, not the finish. Nico just pokes his head up and actually takes away 50% of the components required to win this 1v4.
Great plant, though.
Yeah, he's done well to do that, but edging out of the smoke, Nexa holds him down. But you're right, Chad, considering what they invested, a full investment, a bomb plant from Lekro only made possible by his frag onto the AWP holding the cross.
So right here, North probably will have to take the save. You're about to see the 1900 plus that 800 from the plant, and once again, it's not enough to buy. It does facilitate a half purchase. So Deagles, P250s, a way to stay threatening, but not a way to really take it to G2, who are now up to 13 rounds and looking good for 14. They've saved the AWP, they've given that back to Kenny. So G2 are sitting pretty to close this one out. North are just talking through their buy. What options, what does MSL want them to go with here? It's just going to be a Deagle from Lekro. Everyone else staying conservative. 2 flashes from Gay to set this up. So a very, very light investment from North here. Definitely looking at round 14 at G2. And as soon as they see these Glocks, the little vacuums of the Eco Hunters, I'm sure they'll come out. Footsteps heard. Kenny put on high alert. Misses the first. Nico mopping it up, looking for more ADR, more kills. There's 32 now on the board. Kenny missing another. Nexa mops it up, Cajun goes down, and clean as you like. G2 Esports, 14-7. Just 2 more rounds to take us to map number 3. It will be Nuke, it will be the decider, the winner. Goes forward till tomorrow, Monday, Surviving, where they will play Mouse Sports.
MSL's got a very far B peak, and he's gone for Glass Cannon AWP, so might just hold that cross. Going to try and AWP on an early advantage. Try and exploit those fully bought up CTs. He knows he doesn't have a full advantage. Maybe he can bang one of those on the way across. 2 across, though, no issues there. And even an aggressive smoke. What's he... And he's giving it to him on a silver platter.
You'll take those. You love those if you're MSL.
Oh, wow. Hello.
That's a children's book right there. Open it up. It's very large text.
See?
And lots of pictures.
Run. See? Kenny, die.
Well, let's see if G2 can mop up a 4-on-5 disadvantage. They still have some big fraggers left in the server. And this boost towards CT spawn from Hunter means that if it is a mid to B, he can poke himself up over that box. If he doesn't get Molotov'd out of position, let's see how diligent North want to be. Rocking a truckload of utility, now looking for short control. Nexa wants some info, wants some space towards long. A very deep Molotov now is... thinks better of it. Doesn't actually want to clear out the bedroom. So they're rotating back towards A. They have a feeling this one might be an execute. Nico with an AK, well, it may as well be as good as an AWP.
Get your nade out. Oh, Lekro spotted on the jump. Nico's, he's a bit fluffed, his lines there. Flipping the script is Lekro. 2 frags opening. Looking for an 8th, and the nade damage is colossal, but they need to finish these off. Lekro evades the frags nicely as he takes the head off Hunter, and Jax is just going to look to preserve what little he has. They've got plenty of cash to come back in. But the fact is that they managed to find those practically the first for free. Kenny just walking into the scope of MSL, and the rest just came naturally to Lekro on the A finish.
Yeah, maybe feeling confident with the scoreline right now to take a couple of risks, but that's North getting a nice round, and I want to credit Lekro for some good shots there coming out of short. MSL said he's basically speaking Danish, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's wild as well, changing his language, being able to converse in their native tongue for the remainder of the team. Jax is going to get a nice kill there onto Gade. That gives up his position, and they'll think better of trying to hunt him. Lekro just containing now with him top middle, met with Cajun round. Now, number 8 on the board for North. 14-8 is the scoreline. And here's the kill. So you understand what Kenny's going for. Trying to one-way it there, be a little bit cheeky with that smoke, but MSL's happy with that. And yeah, just giving him it. Just almost handing it to him on a silver platter right there. MSL, not going to see him win too many of those head-to-head duels against Kenny, but that one was extremely telegraphed. The buy will be back out. Kenny still with an AWP.
Interesting Counter-Strike roster update made by Godsent. They're actually benching Crystal. Just seen that on Twitter. Cajun going down on the charge on long. There's more where that came from. Nico's spray is good. Lekro punish. Needs a double. Knows Nexa was around. He's actually using the elevated position. MSL could catch him off here, but a good angle. And now he knows there's another. Lekro on the edge of the smoke, and Nexa takes this round. Takes the bull by the horns and practically puts 15 on the board. It is only Gade walking into the off angle of Jax. So does 2-15. Just the one eluding G2 for now, and you can see that barely enough for the full AKs. Will be 3 rifles if they desire.
That's twice they've gone all in towards long, and twice they've been absolutely dismantled. Once by Nexa, once by Nico. And North will be taking their second to last time out. Not a lot to talk through here, really. They haven't had too many gun rounds to work with. It felt like there was a real opportunity for them to warm into the second half, but the destruction towards long, taking the wind out of the sails. As you can see, Jumpy, the coach here, just talking through their final options, as this is very likely to be the last round of play. Pensive music, lots of concentration, and maybe even starting to think about nuke map number 3. Not far away now. AKs are out. Galil, Lekro, what are you going to buy into, my friend? A Deagle. MSL rocking the AK with no utility. Everybody else is at least able to get a few nades. Full sets for Cajun, AZ, and Lekro. Gage just with a smoke and a flash. They'd have to pull off a bit of a miracle round right here.
Miracle towards B, perhaps.
Could be that all-in, could be that pressure towards Jax that they're thinking about now that they've identified which side of the map he's on. But look, Hunter's already tucked into lower dark. Cheeky play.
This could be a very quick end if North aren't checking their corners religiously. And he found Lekro's Deagle. You could not ask for more of a hero play. Yeah, exactly. Jax has used his smoke and his molly already. You heard them both. Surely this B explosion. Cajun's lining himself up something, I think, in the flashbang department. Oh, Nico. No.
36 kills.
Yeah, he's on for his own 40. He saw AZ's and was jealous. Jax in a tight corner. Does control his spray. Masterful stuff with the AK-47. Jax gonna burn, swings out, does not go down, evades Cajun B's gaze, and finished it off. It's 16-8. That's domination. That's a statement from G2. They'll see you on Nuke.
Might be a little bit more aggressive.
Different.
Yeah, so no kit, no utility, nothing to work with if the bomb goes. Yeah, so no kit, no utility, nothing to work with. If the bomb goes down, it will just be hitting the shots and taking the fight to G2. Utility comes out towards the top side, but ramp is where they're headed. Yeah,
Lekro gets the info and drops off. Jax confirms there's no one else, no funny business. And he starts his descent, a shot out of absolute hell. And he's not going to get any more. MSL hits a very clean headshot, backs away after being deterred. Kenny's taken that space away from him. Toes visible. They know they've got an advantage here, a hard shot to hit. And what is he doing? He just pushes in. Kenny gets so much information, closing the doors, thinking better of it. Losing Nico in the process. It's only Kenny and Nexa. And they have the armor for these duels. Double kill already for Cajun. Door open, decon. MSL does get caught out. Very big find from Kenny. Now he can play a more passive stance. His teammate's been found out. Nexus trying to delay as best he can. Gade gets the frags necessary, both of them, in fact. And there's plenty of time for the defuse. So North will get their CT pistol start, and it's courtesy of a double from both of them. Cajun and Gade left standing, 2 frags apiece, and a full 10-second defuse for our first.
Now, if you have a look at the recent stat lines for G2 on this map, they've won a couple of big games. They beat Astralis in that blast run that we've been touting and talking about. Also had an overtime affair against the new MIBR. But, as we've mentioned, the player change, it is Jax in the shoes of Amanek here. They're trying him out, seeing if it fits, seeing what works. On the CT side, there'll be questions asked on who's going to be holding where, what positions will be granted to each of these players. But I'm more curious about the way this T side works. Who's going to pick up some of these more difficult roles, and if it is Jax, has he been able to come up with the smokes, nades that he will need to help his team get the control they desire? As we do have the AK on top of Silo. Nexa in lobby with a Galilt, one for Kenny S as well. Deagle for Jax, Tech9 for Hunter. And it's a slow start to this one. No clear indication, not giving away what they're working with, setting up smokes towards Yard. Lobbing them out. They're high in the sky as they'll continue forward. AZ and Gade, they'll be the two to deal with this. The secret smokes drop. The nade is good. Bucket loads of damage to Hunter and Nico. Two of the biggest names. And look at this. AZ wants to fight. He gets taken down, but more information for the team. They can rotate lower.
Nico is on down, bowled down by MSL. And here comes Gade, and lovely off angle. He should at least get one here, maybe even the double. Keeps holding his spray, extends it into Kenny. Jax is the last on the list. He's got them all. Lovely round from Gade. Nexus very late to arrive. He's got so many targets to find. It would be clean onto Lekro, but he can't even finish that first frag off. We will see the triple converted, and North weather the storm of the Force Spy. Despite having AKs, Galil's was nade damage, chip damage from that double kill. You can see MSL and Gade's nade working well. He gets 3 kills and an assist.
Good stuff there, and they've been able to weather the storm. Nico very frustrated with that death right there. Oof, that's not the way you want to be kicking things off on map number 3 in the lower bracket. Everything on the line. Squeaky gets naded open, more nades to follow, and ooh, no real damage done there to AZ, able to keep his way out of danger. Utility now being thrown back as it's just these upgraded pistols for G2. They will do their best to find a kill, but through the vent, Nico takes some damage, popping off some shots in exchange, and this really should be a North round. Would have to give up a freebie to even consider losing this one. We'll be on board with Lekro holding on to this Khalil, watching a bit of a slither gap there, gives him a little bit of early info to drop away. Send area out. They'll wait. They won't be forced forward. Rotation now, MSL here to help, and he only has a USP, Alex.
Interesting. MSL biding his funds for the AWP into the Vi. Here they come. Lekro dips away. It is only a USP. MSL's made it work for one. Deagle swinging in, and that's a double kill. Gets awkward if Hunter does get down with the bomb. Kenny's hit the shot. Kenny's on for an ace. He's hitting all 3 with that Deagle. Now upgrades to a Galil. And he doesn't seem to be in any rush, despite the 30-second timer. Gade has to have acknowledged that there is potential for that lower site. So they know they've probably isolated some jewels here. He's found himself a weapon.
So noisy.
And just charges into Cajun B. At least it confirms it's going to be a top hit. That's the bomb lost as well. Some great heroics. Cajun and Gade, though, they can hear Nico
has
coming.
to die.
Yeah, he's trying to.
Oh, no. Oh, no, they don't have to kill him at all. This is like the situation we had yesterday, but they can actually move away.
Yep, they're hiding from him. He's going to get what?
Oh, my God.
50. He's missing out on a full 2,400 loss.
Oh, he found an
bonus.
M4, thank God. That would have been an absolute nightmare way to go into the next round from Nico. That completely wipes away any issues he would have had. You can see full utility and an M4, but still.
Oh, sketchy stuff.
Oh, dear, that's
Let's see this third shot. So Kenny's already hitting some bangers. That's great to finish off Lekro. Then he finds that.
Gosh.
Whew, it's enough to make a round competitive. Yeah, Lekro, that's the same face I'm making.
Why did he just go straight up ladder with the bomb? What the hell was that about?
I'm not sure. I think Kenny thought he'd found a gap, thought maybe the player would be heading towards vents, or maybe he'd gone down secret. He had a different picture in his head, just didn't calculate for a Cajun upper. Quick smoke ramp. Lekro makes it clear he plans to stand and fight for this one.
No yard smokes just yet, and AZ's actually taking away some space here.
That's a big boatload of control, and that angle's very hard to fight. You definitely want to be fighting it from silo.
MSL's helping as well with the AWP. They might be baited into this. If MSL takes a shot, they might not clear AZ.
They're doing outside smokes. So at the bare minimum, AZ will be able to call whether or not it's real or not. Whether or not it justifies more resources. Yeah. Smokes are coming out, but
he can call this very early.
Very quickly. He'll just say still nothing. AZ doesn't spot a thing.
Where does MSL reposition to?
But the angle he held, they could have crossed red. Like, they don't have the info. Now they do. Nope. Truck tester. Try something else. Cajun drops a perfect incendiary towards the hut push. They got the info. And as the flashes keep coming, now there's a smoke to play around. Cajun's done some great work. He needs more, though. Gets the first frag. Will be peeked by Nico. Goes down to the cleaner. Finally, Hunter feels the feed. Needs a second. Gade. Oh, he loses his head, and Kenny's found one, too. Just like that. The frags favor G2. It looked dire. The individuals have come up trumps. Hunter's so low. Likely going to be found by Lekro. Not if he's bodyguarded perfectly by his leader. And that's the first on the board for the G2T side. It's going to put very awkward numbers on the North finances.
Yeah, it's curious if they want to buy right now. 3 players, I think, can opt into rifles. 2 will have a couple of questions to ask. Actually, it's less than that. It's only really Cajun that could buy into a rifle and Gade, maybe a Famis at best. So, North, you want to force buy with the 1,400 loss bonus? Yes, you will. Gade into the Famis, Cajun into the M4. Deagles for the other 3, have a little bit of utility to work with. Hunter onto a Mag 10. Let's see if he wants to crack things open early and use a bit more pace, as we can see the smokes flying through the sky on the radar there. Landing for the secret cross. Hunter charging forward. Jax copping that one straight down the throat. He's going to be put down to 63, but space is taken. This is good. MSL, is he ready for the fast play? Gade here to help. And if they can take Hunter out of the equation, means they might start be able to piece this round together. 3 of them in the lower site. Really good stuff here with the over-rotation from North, but they're not to know exactly how many are on the other side. There's a bit of a standoff here. The bomb is on Hunter, so it looks like there will be... Oh, he's just dropped that across. He's going to entry frag now. Do or die.
Around the corner. Flash up in that little vent to pop on the stairs, players. But at the moment, oh, not far off AZ, but gives him a chance, gives him a warning. Nico clicks his head off. So early casualty, maybe going to start loosening some numbers as Gade does consider the event rotation. And up top, certainly we'll think about it now. Next has managed to find another.
They're continuing lower though.
Yeah, that's an important duel. Lekro is managing to survive really nicely. He's a threat with that deagle, and it's baited him in. Maybe Gade can find the destabilizing frags. Not enough. Kenny will survive and find the double eventually, and that puts them on their asses. Puts North in the likelihood of conceding a third here, and we're going to tie things up nice and level. Definitely no complaints from G2 as they find T rounds here.
Yeah, it should be the full eco from North. They have no options. It's 2,400 in the next round. That'll be enough to get something that some people in modern Counter-Strike would consider a buy. I'd consider it an almost buy. Rocking M4s and light utility. Definitely won't have the AWP. Definitely won't have all the goodies they require. And G2, see how many they can string together here. They can lead with that MAC-10 of Hunter again. I enjoyed how poised they were. They didn't take any risks. Waited for North to give them a couple of kills, and they did. And same again. Straight down towards Secret. MAC-10 leading the charge. Inquisitive looking towards lobby from Cage and sees there's not a lot of action, and they can stack towards the lower side again. But this time it's just USPs. The dink is good. Hunter wants to continue to fight. Molotov towards the window side, kicking on out, and even more, just one at a time from North here. If you're going to have the USP stacked, at least try and fight together as Hunter continues just to mop this up. Third frag, maybe even more, in the vent, converts the fourth, Lekro to find. And he's not long for this world. Jax will cop a dink, but finishes it off and clean as you like again from G2. Very important stuff as North, with that 4,500 mark for most members, will be buying in. Means no head armor, means no AWP, means likely no defuse kit unless Cajun wants to go for a FAMAS. All of his teammates have already purchased on in with the M4s, and he'll do the same. They have one Molotov. If G2 are aware that this buy is going to be weak, a fast top would be beautiful, knowing that you are able to get out very quickly, not having to deal with too many Molotovs towards Hut. Squeaky gets naded open, smoke towards Yard again. It's the same play.
Gap. AZ has one. Nico getting across, barreling his head off the gap. So they're down early. MSL's actually in a prime position to give this a good bit of resistance here. They'll use Hunter to pull his crosshair away. And then trade. Nice. Mission accomplished. Lower control.
Good find.
Jade has actually taken down the lobby lurk. So now, this pivot back to top site will determine... Oh, Kenny keeps finding these. He gets caught out, but his aim is there. Converts it.
Oh.
Kenny. Oi, oi, oi. AZ gets it. Now, Cajun could be caught by Nico here if he looks at the wrong time. Bit messy. Jax is on his own. He did find AZ, and he has got 60 seconds. So, in the pursuit of information, Lekro is near heaven. The molly indicates where he's coming from. Cajun was Hut's side.
This is not a Jax special by any means.
It's not. More of a blunt object, capable of hitting the shots when they're presented to him. I don't hate the heaven rotation, especially if Lekro confirms there's nothing spotted.
He knows where both are now.
And the window's already broken.
Oh, Lekro, no.
Lekro, what a sound cue. He was trying to rotate ramp. Jax will upgrade and descend. Cajun to the vents. Jax, you could win this now. Given a chance. 15 seconds. He's sketching me out with the plant. He's actually opted for a fake. Oh dear. Cajun can open the doors now. And it's a free frag. That's a mess. North will take it. Nice try all the same. But G2 concede their first round in what was been 4 in a row.
Yeah, so G2 Esports there, they do have enough money to continue the buys because of the string that they put together. But you can see the stopping factor there. It was 1-for-1 trades throughout. And then just simple as you like for Cajun, opening the door. Only 7 seconds remaining. Jax didn't have any options if he wanted to get that bomb down. Had to follow through with the plant. But North, their buy is not great. They need to get another one. They need 2 consecutive. Cajun has a deagle. AZ with the M4, and it's a fast top. Nico looking to get down the vent. He's going to find his way through. He's down there already.
That's crazy.
MSL's on the lower side to deal with this.
Yeah, but he's going to cause so much chaos. I think...
MSL's looped around behind him.
Yeah, he's in the vents now, though, so... Nico's going to flank Lekro fast.
Surely Lekro's been told that there's a chance.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like he's ready for it.
Oh, Lekro, no.
Here's him. Necro caught out. Nico takes his time to check if there's anyone else. And now they can flood into the lower side. Nico to take space. MSL is there. Oh, go on, Nico. Go on, Nico. He's got another. Kenny finds Gate on Decon. G2 are well and truly locked for the fourth.
Yeah, money broken now. Cajun's picked up a gun, but if he gets away with this, I'll be very surprised. It's the gauntlet to run, and ooh, the timing spotted. Nico's going to hunt now. AZ's already off towards spawn. He can't help Cajun out. They're looking to pop up the vents. They're looking to take this away. Nex is on the hunt, but a double kill. So there's an upgrade available. This has gone from bad to worse. Well, from bad to good, even.
Yeah, that works too. I wonder if they get to maintain it. 3 double delivered. Hunter fancies his chances, and I don't blame him. As you like. He gets 3 on the exit, Cajun. He'll take a consolation prize. I just saw a floor bang coming out of a Kenny there.
Good attempt from Kenny.
Yeah, you can see, not too shabby, not too far off.
Look at the money situation right now. They do have the saved weapons, but they're not operating with much of a loss bonus.
So can we talk about this one again? Now, I was watching it on the mini-map, so I don't fully know what happened with MSL, but it looked like he was kind of aware and chasing.
He searched back fence and went the wrong way. So maybe assuming that Nico would go down secret and then come back up to fight through secret in yard, but he's opted to go straight through ramp, take out Lekro, and that was the round done and dusted. A timeout will be taken. North need to discuss exactly what we just were. Where was the gap? How did it happen? And how do we stop it? And what does our buy look going forward? Because round number 9 is looking great for G2. There is a bank built. Sure, they lost a couple there. Cajun got some kills and now is up to 10 frags. Pistols for MSL, Gade, and Lekro. So operating with the Deagles can still be potent in a round like this, but we're looking for impact from AZ and Cajun. Hunter operating with the UMP. So really, Hunter enjoying SMGs. It's not what you'd be expecting from one of the Kovac cousins. The AKs tends to be their signature weapon.
Part of me believes it to be the filling of the Amanek void.
Yeah, which is strange, right?
You know, how many gaps have they had because they always have a player that's willing to take space on an SMG? I mean, I don't know if that's just conjecture. It could very well be.
Saw a lot of that with Amanek's role within the team during Blast. He was going first. He was using a lot of SMGs, taking a lot of space for them, and presenting opportunities for Hunter and Nico to find some big kills. Spoke towards main and one over towards the windows. AZ's going to be under pressure. MSL needs to bail him out even more. Molotov toward credit card. Not too many places that these guys can stand. This is great utility work from G2. Forcing them back and forcing forward.
Oh, they're not ready for that, though. AZ doesn't hit his shots, and Jax is very quick to punish the drive-by. There's only one more rifle in play, and that's on Cajun.
He's on the floor. Oh, no, he's in the windows.
And
yikes.
Gade not going to last much longer on that one. He gets hunted down. Oh, could have lost the bomb. Nico wins his duel, so everyone else can take a nice deep exhale. And Lekro's dead.
Bye-bye. All right.
5 T rounds, definitely
good.
A good foundation, and they've definitely got plenty of cash to continue to build upon that.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, North will just have to go for another partial, so even 6, very possible for G2 within the early stages, and it doesn't feel like we've even had that much resistance from North. Their first gun round operating with low utility, and to really see them look too threatening. GG.bet odds at the top of your screen now, starting to favor G2 more and more. North out to the $3.45 odds. And if they're unable to start getting a bit of a resurgence on this CT side after this partial buy, after these Kevlar and pistols, then, yeah, G2 may as well be running away with this. Looking good for maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's a very dreamy number for a T-side run. Anything more than that puts North on notice.
It's been so much play through yard. You know, they've just really just gone with their forces, getting secret control, taking a lot of fights, and that's very standard for Nuke, and it makes a lot of sense when you have all these aimers on G2. Kenny hasn't even needed to wield the AWP, which is quite the change. Same set of smokes, one towards heaven, one towards the windows, one towards main. Utility good to make sure they can't be peaked as they push forward, and Hunter dropping off. Gets a kill onto Cajun, so easy as you like. using those aim map smokes to their advantage, and AZ hiding behind the aircon unit will find an easy kill in the back, but he's isolated and traded immediately. So, yeah, not long for this world. North within round number 10.
So 2,900, you can see they'll have every single bell and whistle required. MSL bringing out that AWP might be able to demand a bit more respect on that yard, as you've already highlighted, seen a lot of action. That vent dive from Nico, is that something you can replicate, or is that just one man with a good spawn saying, I'm going to give it a go?
Definitely something you can replicate, right? Because it's the smoke and nades with the good utility behind it to make it possible. If you are North to deal with it, you got a couple of options. You can rotate a player lower very quickly. Ooh. Hold up a second, Lekro. How many more can you get, mate? You are a bit of a deagle specialist. He's found two, looking for the third, both in front of him. Kenny, he's down, and now it's just Nico.
He has to defuse, though, and he's even spotted Nico. He's got such a precise deagle, but bailed out by the Kovac. 3 in the round. Nico nearly tested by Lekro. 3 frags in that round, nearly bringing it into contention. You'll see some of the shots from Nico, though, that did bring them back across the line. You lost a lot of fully bought up Ts there. The round was practically done, then Lekro decided to fill the feed. Well handled. But 6G2, North 4, this is the full buy. So this is where we'll start to see how much of a game we've got on our hands. Will this be the G2 reverse 2-0 in the last 2 maps of play?
So this is it. If they're unable to convert with everything they need, North, then G2 may as well just secure this one. Playing in front of the smoke wall this time, not actually using it to dip on down to secret, and there's a gap. So North are well aware that nobody's crossed just yet. They've seen that come out, and there is a potential for MSL to spot feet there, but he's trained in towards main. He's got a good idea this is coming.
Nice angle from AZ. Oh, he nearly gets both of them. Hunter, the fact he trades, Gade gets a crucial one, but Hunter with low HP, how did he get MSL as well? Hunter's not dead, finally put to bed. And now, Nexa in a 1v2. He knows where one of them is.
Juicy.
He's just completely stalked him. He's going for the ridiculousness. Oh, I think he spotted him. He does.
On the rafter.
On the rafter to your right.
Him.
You see him.
You
still see him. Oh, what an adjustment in the end, Nexa. What a play with the trigger discipline. Lekro caught. His teammates must have said, you can see him, you can see him. He doesn't know.
Bloody blind as a bat there. So trained on the crosshair. Had no idea about the peripheries. Look at this. See him.
You see him.
See him again.
See him.
Hey, Nexa, he's on your screen.
Where?
Hey, where is he?
Where?
Guys?
Right, on your right.
Oh, boy.
That's where I want the team comms. I want to hit whose comms after that one.
Yeah, probably would have a bit of a smile on my face as well. That's a wild way for that one to end. But you're bang on. Hunter had all the impact there. The fact he was able to swing and take down MSL as well.
I can't believe. Who was it on site? I don't know.
Yeah, hold up. I can watch it back.
Because that one, you got to...
Agent on site, right?
Agent, yeah. He's going to feel like a bit of a tit.
He did so much as well. He had a multi-kill.
Yeah, but in just that one gap, and then the fact he's just sat there and lingered in his... Like, how often are players doing those little checks, those full 90-degree sweeps? You just punished it. Okay, then. North starting to get a bit concerned here. Cajun has been the shining light for them. 12, 8 for Gade. Those were the players we had on the list of 2 step up, but that was counting on the AZ, the MSL, and the Lekro to be doing what they typically do. Hasn't been the case. AZ to try and contest Yard. He won't be able to do much with the Deagle, so he'll just hold out, hoping anyone walks in front of those smokes. Lekro's proven his worth on the Deagle. Even out-AWPing Kenny in that attempt at the 1v3.
Yeah, I'm having a rough time seeing how North get back into this now. Just the confidence that G2 have been able to pick up from Dust 2. It's not like their individuals were lacking when you look at Vertigo. It was just they were getting themselves out-timed. They were in janky positions, and North looks so well-drilled with all of their utility. Being on the CT side, maybe the undoing for North as we get a janky battle. It's Nico versus 2. AZ tries to trade, but look at this.
Just give me the head.
Just tapping away.
He adjusted to credit card very easily. MSL's given up on that. Nade reveals Gade's location. They've got one locked in on main. And they're not really in any rush. The fact that the bomb's yard does sketch me out just a little.
I'm trying to think what the change-up is going to be from North into the next gun round. And this is me assuming that G2 walk away with their 8th round here in round number 12. But it hold up a bit of a timing for Nexa. Never mind. MSL thinks better of that. And maybe it'll be that yard control. We've seen it from multiple teams. They send one player across to the red box. They have one guy push up close towards the main wall. Somebody usually overseeing things as we get this one underway. They go into the top side. They're able to mop this up quickly. Kenny even finding Cajun back turned. Flashing his teammate there was Kenny. It's all right. No dramas. They'll get the round. They'll get the bomb down. They've got a bit of a pistol upgrade as Kenny circle jumping the vent, put on notice. The Deagle bullet be enough to dissuade him from chasing on Down and Hunter with an SMG again at range. UMP, it's still able to win against Lecro. You wouldn't expect that considering
That's the back of the head, dude. It's a different beast. He will be finished off. Lecro's work was not in vain, but Nico's here to collect
on
some frags.
17, he's just able to do that after that early fight with MSL. So, yeah, maybe we see a yard control, maybe some more aggression from North. If they want to push and take the fight, they need at least 3 players. And we normally see one guy go to the red box, look on the left side, one guy around the red box looking at top silo, and one pushing in on the right side of main there to close down any distance and catch them as they flood on out towards yard. But 8-4, the half's already won. G2 are looking very good.
Yeah, North look a bit battered and bruised here. I want to see a little bit of a spark, a little bit of ignition in their CT aggressions, perhaps. Something to convince me that they can manufacture an early man advantage. Lecro's giving me that. Hoping to exploit a fast ramp play, and oh, the flash evaded. This is perfect. Lecro gets the chance, and well, 1.5. Nexus in the off angle. Gade ducks under. Perfect play. This is what we needed to see. Some aggression and some rewarded frags, but how's that rotation, AZ? He's all the way over on secret stairs. Hunter can lock down this vent rotate. Cajun dropping down, half health. Hunter locks Gade. He's going to be busy for a while. Cajun half health, still paranoid about the flank as the bomb goes down. AZ, he's been there the whole time. He's now looking for Hunter, can't confirm his location. He can even go ramp here. I like the play. MSL, you are such an important component of this retake, and if the flank comes in first, Nico just needs to stay put. Kenny's tucked in away from the AWP as well. That's the frag MSL was waiting for. Now they can get on the defuse. There's no one that can test it unless ramp arrives. Hunter, where are you? And the defuse is coming in. 2 seconds.
Peeking.
Yep.
Oh, he's off it.
Knocked off it. Kenny has to clutch up. He takes a lot of damage. AZ on the defuse now. Does he have the lineup? Damage. Tapping. One more bullet would have done it. And he hasn't found it. Kenny's so close. He has no idea. Oh, he had the lineup. He had the damage. He just didn't quite commit enough bullets. It could have been an incredible turn. But North find their 5th round, and it's just what the doctor ordered. Let's see this. So MSL walks in. Knocked off the defuse, down to 22, but a couple of shots. Think Kenny thought that was the person he was tagging in the smoke, knocked him off it. Very close, narrowest of margins there.
And you can see the buy for North, even with the round win, it's not fantastic. Cajun down to a shotgun. If they can string a couple more together, 7 on the half ain't bad. Nico forward again. He's found a lot of impact towards this yard position. He's getting swarmed. AZ, if he makes too many footsteps, that will be heard. And I think Nico's on high alert using the smoke. The one way AZ goes down. He finds another through the smoke. MSL just absolutely destroyed. Oh, what are you meant to do about that? 3 on 5, 1:25 on the clock, and scrambling a North. Oh dear, oh dear. They just got a round on the board. They just showed a bit of fight. Now they're just blown out of the server again. Bloody hell.
Agent could find Kenny here. What a timing. Perfect timing. That's a bomb and an AK. I don't think it gets better than that in terms of destabilizing a T side.
He wants more.
Yeah, and Nexa caught out. This is a single-handed power play from Cajun. Gade gives them the frag back as he walks up secret. A bit lackadaisical there.
I think he thought they might start scrambling back to deal with Cajun, but Nico's in no rush. He's already found 2 kills. Make that the 3rd towards yard now, and they know where Cajun is. They know they have to get the bomb. Lecro's separated. So worried about ladder. Hunter's on the roof. Nico's coming in through lobby. Both angles of aggression are being dealt with. Cajun might need to do this all on his own.
Yeah, he does. He's locked in as well. Hunter, if he could just throw a flashbang off that wall. Little does he know, Cajun could be anywhere. And he finds Nico. He's doing it single-handedly. That one frag onto a sleeping Kenny. Yes, Jax has been spotted. They're closing on Cajun. Finally find it. 10 seconds. They have to be planting. Lecro can only stop them with a nade and bullets. Bombs 5 seconds. Is Hunter there in time? Well, doesn't matter. He gets the frag.
Jesus.
And that will be G2's 9th. My God, with 2 seconds to spare, Cajun, despite all of those heroics, they're thrown out in the last 2 seconds. Nico opened up with a great double. That second, just complete nonsense. But look at that, the power of timing. Lecro did his very best, nades, and has to stand and take the fight. You're not going to play ring around the rosy there, are you?
Yeah, MSO was very unlucky in the way he went down at the start, but we're starting to see the frustration creep in on North. And if you've just joined us, this is an elimination game. The loser of this is out of IEM Beijing. The winner goes on to battle against Mouse Sports tomorrow for a playoff spot. And it's the final round of play within the first half. Down to an MP9 Gade, not feeling it. Easy onto that Deagle and rifles for the other three. But look at this. Nico's just given all the space in the world. This is literally Nico go kill. Single-handedly now over towards Warehouse. Has been able to get behind MSO, who's not going to clear behind him.
He's behind them both. There is so much power in Nico's flank here, and he's spotted AZ. He's going to get a glimpse of MSL as well. He's not too careful. He's letting them. He's leaving them. He's going to be heaven for the top take. God, North, these gaps. Can't afford to be losing more than that, Jax. Especially now Hunter caught by MSL's push. Nico gotta have to win the round single-handedly here. Cajun's on the site, AZ main.
Oh, he's dropped it.
He's only gotten the one. AZ's fine. Does go down to Nexa, but now 1 versus 3. It looked like a perfect 10th round on the board for G2, but just losing those frags before Nico could set it up. Nexa versus Gade. Close quarters and the SMG wins the duel out, 9-6. It's damage control from North. G2 7 rounds away from sending the Danes packing. The pistol, if they were to start running away with the first gun, we can put a fork in this because it is done. North, well, it seems like GG.bet agree in terms of odds, just a 1.1 given to G2 now, so distinct edge. Let's see if they can convert it. It is
a blowout, isn't it?
Starting to shape up like a blowout. I mean, I will remind you that G2 have been looking to demonstrate their value with Jax in the roster. I haven't seen that. And Kenny, more than he bargained for. He's knife out and retreating. Hunter will be there to guide him home. But Daddy, they're scary. 5 of them charging at him. 1 from Hunter, backing away. Kenny holds a new line, but he's hunted down by Cajun. Bombs on its way lower.
Still 2 mollies here for this. Oh, AZ's found him.
This is huge. There's a kit on Jax, but they've got 2 Molotov cocktails. The bomb could be stopped in the fact that AZ's low, and oh, that's the Molotov. Jax, you're about to be locked out, bro. AZ can cross unless Nico hits the banger. Another molly. Now he can cross. This is perfect stuff from the North pistol. Nexa's late on the rotate through vents. They're pushing up close. Nico cognizant that it's a viable option.
Oh, he's been spotted now.
Yeah, clean. Great movement from Nico. Isolates 1 duel. AZ confirmed. MSL in dark, loses his head. Nico is a man on a mission. A man possessed. Multiple targets. He nearly gets it. Finding Cajun. You really can't write Nico out of those. My God, he tests you right down to your limit. 20 frags for the young fragger. Same as Dust 2, just taking it off and running with it after what was one of his statistically best Vertigo performances after struggling and only playing about 7 or 8 on record. Still, that's important pistol by North, and you can see what that's done.
Yeah, this changes completely. If G2 can't be competitive here in this next round, North can tie things up very, very quickly. It's going to be the scout for Kenny. He's going to have a few angry T's on the other side of that, and pushing forward will be Nico. There is a gap in this smoke. He's going to grab it, and he's even going to get the kill.
That's a quick reaction. Did he grab the weapon?
He's getting away.
Get away, but he does hit the headshot. That was a full health MSL. And now the bomb's in limbo on red container. Kenny's got a nice elevated position in order to keep that info flowing. Hunter doesn't want to get too peaky. He's actually spotted Gade on the cross. Do they want to use all of their util for that? It feels like an overinvestment. Cajun's the only one in holding lobby.
Where's the end goal now?
Yeah, they're backing up.
If you don't go yard to lower, that means you're going to have to probably look at a top site, because ramp against an Anzico, you don't want to head over there. And now that we've seen the boost getting resurrected,
you don't want that.
Oh, stay away from ramp.
So top.
The problem is if they have to throw utility from roof on Gade, if he goes into down the ladder, it's not such a drama. But this is the issue. They're going to be trying to entry in with Cajun and Lekro. So it's going to be a 2-on-4 potentially. We can see that's not the case. Great nade. Huge damage.
Oh, wow. And they are heading towards the vent. Kenny caught Cajun on the descent, but that's not the bomb. Gade looking for Hunter. Stabilizes his aim just enough to find the frag. Lekro still low, but finding Jax. Oh, important frag. Headshot onto Kenny. Nexa can't deny the plant now. He's a bit too late to the party. Lekro using that smoke to cross back to the site. That could cost him. He's low. 1 Deagle bullet would do it. Kit scooped up. Lekro,
oh my God.
Head gone. Gade's low too. Nexa can clutch this. He's got his kit. He's got his chance. He's even got a Molotov cocktail. Gade, what can you do? Hold it, Nexa. He is. 3, 2, one. Gade's gonna have to push in, but it's denied. A great clutch from Nexa, even finding the frag as well. And that puts them straight back into contention. After losing the pistol, they win that second force trade. You said it would look a very different world had they not.
Yeah, and right now, this is their chance to run away with
it. Kenny hitting that shot.
This one here, what a shot that was. He was just strafing back and forth and still able to pick up a kill. I could not believe it. What impact. And then the kit, you're not expecting it.
Did he pick up the molly as well when he picked up the kit? He must have. Because that all just suddenly just went a whole lot
Everything
easier.
he needed just, appeared in his back pocket.
I wish I had a kit. I wish I had a molly.
Didn't realize there was a genie on G2.
Full Glocks and a Desert Eagle. We can actually take a break.
Yeah, this is what happens, right? Now that G2 have been able to win that back, North don't want to continue the force by battle, because if it was, then G2 just eventually close up the game, right? Let's have a world where we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, G2 get to 16 first, and that's the magic number. So with these Glocks, they limp out onto the top side. They've actually allowed the bomb down the vent. MSL, he might get the plant here.
He does.
Oh, he's tucking in the nades. They're about to follow. MSL, 3, 2, 1, bomb goes down. Very lucky to get it in time. Hunter gets the defuse. 17 so far for Hunter. He's finding a lot here.
Well, that throws an extra 800 on what would have been, what, 24?
Should have been
19, sorry.
Yeah, the loss bonus now is starting to build into 24. So there is a gun round. The AK is the full utility, and that was facilitated by the plant. But North, they can't allow G2 to walk away with too many of them.
There's no doubt about it. Margin for error starting to be closed out.
What's the options, though? Do you want to go for something yard-based, knowing that Nico gets to be that flexible figurehead out there? I'm sure he's going to rear his head up secret, playing a lot of contact through main. Very early utility dump towards Hut and Squeaky just for any fast plays of North here. Lekro dealing with that yard aggression. I do not want to be tasked with that against Nico. It looks like they have opted to put Jax over towards ramp, which means their top hold will be quite potent. Should be Hunter and Nexa. That's quite a scary top hold, actually.
Yeah, wouldn't want to mess with that. Wouldn't want to trifle with those. It's limited C2 util here, so you'll see the advantage now as North can deploy all of their goodies, and there's not much that I was about to say Kenny can do if he goes up on the roof
all the way. What a madman!
Oh, yo, what an angle! What an angle, Kenny! Oh, and he sprays down at least one. MSL brought down to 12 as well. You don't see that every day. And then Hunter twists the knife, throws some salt in there for good measure. Nico spotted. Gade finds him. Maybe they can make a round out of this, but that is some collateral damage done. Oh dear, Cajun's been the lobby holder throughout. They'll be able to piece this one together. Hunter's double through the smoke though. Bomb scooped up. Gade will be able to at least have a bit of peace of mind now as he knows he's got his objective. Starting to take shape.
Oh, what a shot.
Cajun with the one tap into Hunter. Just looking for info. He gets more than info. He gets hot lead in the dome. Cajun low. Swung on.
Oh, no.
Nice reactions from Nexa. Cajun trades 1v1. He knows the molly's perfect. Jax actually pushes on it, and he hasn't got the movement. He got stuck on the ladder. Cajun, what a round. Pulls North back into contention.
Jeez, what a back and forth round that was. It looked so good from Kenny there. Surprising he didn't get more than one, and then being left in what, a 2-on-4? They're able to piece that together. Huge shooting and a huge round to win back. North, they're not out of this yet. They're not done yet. They lost to that force buy, but the gun rounds, if they can be consistent on those, you can see exactly what it does to G2. Not only does it force them down to a shotgun for Jax, it forces a timeout, and their first timeout. Most players wouldn't go for that, and maybe this is something that G2 have been able to identify in the way that North approach these rounds. Maybe no one towards top of silo, no one overseeing that, but Cajun's so lucky here to pivot. Jax coming up the ladder, not able to get his crosshair and aim steadied, and a big one to walk away with.
That's huge.
And he's frustrated. He did a lot there.
Did. Yeah, and I mean, that's a huge win from Cajun. The shot onto Hunter as well. Like, I mean, Hunter's going to be kicking himself because all that was just to confirm. Like, it was practically muscle memory at that point, just taking a look. He was hoping for a bit of contact, maybe a shoulder spotted, but one tap of his mouse, and Cajun with his 100 ADR game, by the way. So we put him on the naughty list after his underperformance that put them here in the lower bracket, as was Gade. Cajun's definitely clearing his name if they can turn the series around on the back of some of his plays. It isn't pretty. Only an alligator and limited nades, but it's G2 trying to change it up. Nico going straight towards the secret stairs. So if he gets his timing right, he will be able to really slow them down.
Well, Kenny with the AWP as well. So Kenny can take a shot. All attention will be on him as they try and cross. And, well, they're not doing it dry. The smokes, though, they went before them.
So early. Maybe Nico's got a chance. And another through the smoke. MSL's tail between his legs, and so is AZ's. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Maybe Cajun trying to be the hero. Nexa finds the perfect headshot angle on that walkout. And just like that.
Come on now.
75 seconds still left to watch as a round that's already over.
How did Kenny get that second shot?
Yeah, I mean, that's just having a go, isn't it?
Okay, well, a 2-on-4 was good. I don't see a 2-on-5 happening, especially with how this one's kicked off. There's no territory. There's no damage done. They haven't been able to make room, and they can't even isolate any jewels. If G2 turtle up now, they can keep this clean as you like, and we can see one player tucked in. That will be Nico.
Resolved.
So this is looking likely for 12. Money's not good for North either. Gade would need to have multiple kills on this. AZ's going to draw a rotation. Oh my God, he just got a kill straight through the floorboards.
It's a big start. Maybe he could find a gap, and he is pushing up on Kenny's off angle. No one's holding it.
Gade has the bomb and he's flanking.
Ooh, baby. Kenny has no idea he's going to go down here. Just moonwalks into Gade, and he'll execute him. Now
AZ has the rotation.
AZ's locked down the rotate. This is a huge gap.
Oh no!
Gameplay. Hunter slips the net though, and now not a guarantee, Gade. Not a guarantee by any stretch. The molly's too deep. What? What? He wants to try and plant in front of Hunter's face. At least it guarantees his death. They could have kept him alive.
Please, sir, we need some money.
Oh, funny stuff. 1,400 for Lecro. Same for MSL. That's double eco territory at 12-8. You don't like that. You don't like that one bit.
I feel like they'll have to force here.
Yeah.
You need to get some damage down. This is just crossing before the smokes. I assume they thought they broke G2, that the fact that G2 wouldn't have any money, and that second one from Kenny is absolutely nuts. The Molotov from Gade, it went so deep. I think he assumed that it would have forced and dissuaded Hunter from going for that fight, but it is converted. It is a big round. And Gade really having a frustrating time. We've seen that reaction a lot here today. Limping in, it's not the full investment, it's just going to be some pistols. Only 1,900 next round. It's going to be 2 rounds like this. That means G2 likely sauntering on up to 14 without too many worries, without too many woes. Cajun has a single smoke. I don't know where the grand design for that could be. Lecro towards Yard. At this point, as an in-game leader, you're hoping that some of your players have a duel that they're comfortable with, have a fight that they hope they can take, because to make a miracle out of a round like this, it's not going to be easy. Jack's on 9 frags. It appears he's the target. Will be a gap in that smoke, and you can see just how huge it is. Still finds the opening onto Gade. He falls. And so does the round, likely for North. Nades are deep. More damage done. MSL low. Flashes dissuade. If you thought you were going ramp, that's been cancelled very quickly. And this one might drag out now. Oh, deep nade into Squeaky again. Cajun being harassed, limping on through, has been spotted. Nexa takes him, and just like that, North have been disintegrated. Bomb down. Oh. Lecro like, okay. Don't love my chances.
Did I not tell you the story of the
Lecro 1v5?
With no armor?
I haven't heard that one yet.
I'll tell you some other time.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Maybe on the drive home.
Yeah, I'll fill you in. Home is on the horizon, at least for North, because they are being sent there in 3 rounds' time if G2 have their way. Building a bit of a CT bank as well, and then, of course, a recap of how we got to this point. You see that it was just 2 T rounds posted the pistol, and then the 19th.
And some more pistols. That gun round they won was probably a round they never should have won. So
that's right. I'd almost forgotten about that. It's a Cajun clutch.
It hasn't been clean. They will have an option or an opportunity at 14 to give it a crack, but it'd be nice to keep this one competitive. At least get a plant here. The flash from AZ will be everything.
Make a lot of money here. Oh, my voice is breaking. I've been doing so much talking. That's a flash, and that is not the first $600. It's a TK. Instead, he gets himself 12. And AZ added to Nico's list. That's 23 for him. 14
some Jello Revoice, I
for
think.
G2. Yeah, you bought me some, actually. I'll have to start topping up.
Okay, well, this one's definitely simmered down. The first half was competitive. After that 2-on-4, it felt like there was a chance. There was some life left in North, but G2 have quickly taken that away. And Ooh, it's feeling more like the Dust 2 than it did the Vertigo. Hasn't delivered in the way I thought for North here today. 14-8, round 23. AWP out for MSL. Will need to hit some magical shots against Kenny on the other side. Orps being taken over towards ramp, and usually with some aggression, and there it is. Signature winning the second MSL. What the hell was that? That's the quickest shots I've ever seen him hit.
Yeah, an MSL pop-off. Jax flicked on Nico.
Oh, he hasn't cleared it.
He hasn't.
Ooh.
No. Not after an MSL quick double. Lekro's slipped Nico's gaze. He's actually perhaps going to catch him off guard here. Yes, he does. Well, North, that's all North. That's all MSLs. I'm not here to argue.
Do that another 6 times MSL, and that'll get you to overtime at least. Oh, this is nice as well. They're mopping this up. They're making it almost clean. Lekro goes down. Hunter does get the kill. Do they want to chase him, though? I wouldn't put too many bodies on the line. Hunter is actually the one who probably wants to hang around and try and do economical damage. You can see here for G2, they have several players operating above that 5K mark. With the loss bonus, Hunter will be able to purchase and drop a gun. So everybody will be able to buy. He takes away a few more guns. It makes North's life a lot more interesting. Bomb goes off, round on the board. North up to 9. The double digits, it's in reach.
Yeah, I don't know if Kenny's going to give him another one of them, though. That's going to be a slap on the wrist from Malek and Nexa. I mean, quick peeks from MSL. Put that one in the highlight reel. North fans elated with that, no doubt. And so, round 24, MSL's pulled them here. They've avoided that 15, and the CTs have put everything into this. They would be vulnerable. 1900 is all they'll be given. Should they concede, this could be the gap closer. Nico's taken a big chance. He's been spotted out by AZ, but that could be enough for Kenny to work with. He was trying to stare down the silo player. Nico's cancelled his secret plans. Kenny living a dangerous lifestyle here. What's going on? They've conceded full yard and going for a 3-man ramp.
Okay, this is very curious. G2 are going for a bit of a gamble here. Aggression's following through. Gade needs to be careful. They've left this open now. Kenny's going to continue to force forward. Jax is here to help him on out.
I like it.
Haven't
seen one of these before.
Lots of space.
Certainly not in this map. Pushing in.
Oh, he wants more. He's going to get Gade.
Yeah, just as they start their push as well. So much info. Teammate holding secret. Excuse me, Squeaky. Yeah, no. Gade's still tucked in. Jax is the one that turns the corner. He finds
the trade.
That's the trade. MSL with 1. Kenny tagged. Forced back. They can hit that top site now. Cajun knows. AZ's calling it. They have an advantage in the numbers. They can hit this site. Kenny wants to support as best he can, but he's low and dropping into the site at 14 HP. He wants to try and aggress towards Squeaky. And Nico dug so deep that there's a chance. There's a chance. Lekro gets caught. Kenny aggressing. Lekro found. G2, a chance. 30 seconds. Kenny punishes another. He's been all over the map, but now they look to descend. Can the wrap gamp be filled? It's hard shots. How does he take that? My God, tracks MSL on the descent. He can't decide where to drop the molly, which means the door is now open. Cajun with another clutch opportunity, but the door is open. He sees it. He knows he's being held. He wants to close it. Swings into Kenny with another fantastic frag. Cajun denying all the odds, but Nexa finds the shot necessary. All the way down to the wire there. Woo-wee, 1-on-1, but 15-9.
Getting very close there, but G2, they've done it. That's the much needed round. Only one more to find. MSL with almost the double there. Unlucky not to convert onto Kenny. That may have been the double they needed. And you're right, just spraying away. Nico able to take out ahead, and it is dicey, it is close. But it is the 15th. Timeout taken, G2, I like to see this. Still 2 remaining. Malek now on the mic, just telling them the importance of this. Close this one out. Do not give North any other chances to get back in it, because thereby it's still looking dangerous. It's still looking competitive. 4 AKs, a Galil, utility decent. G2 have a bit of a problem there. Hunter just on a UMP, but he can wield that one, and you can see just how spotty these rounds have been. G2, after the force buy on round number 17, have been able to post more and more rounds, really starting to build here in North's. Well, the pistol round was good. The 2v4 was good. MSL's double was good. But it hasn't been consistent. It hasn't been enough. They have not been able to break G2 here. And they would need 6 consecutive rounds just to take us to overtime. Quick smokes towards Yard. Nobody home to receive. Quite the defensive setup from G2. They don't want to give anything away in this potential final round of play. Oh, and Kenny spotted one. They're aggressive around towards ladder. Is he going to catch AZ? He won't. Kenny's down.
Big frag. Kenny's been having a couple of those opening deaths. And those gaps can be the death of G2 trying to fill them. AZ, this is a lot of space early. And I mean, it just seems to bode incredibly poorly for these two as they tuck into hut. No longer such a threat. If he was to flank ramp, that's the main threat now. And Nico's aware of it. Okay, I actually like the way G2 have handled this gap. Pushing into lobby. Suddenly your power is almost swapped, and this lower presence on B being second guessed.
Top split's the right call with AZ already up in heaven, especially with so much time. They should try and put as many players through main, smoke off Squeaky to obscure and deal with that lobby aggression, and then just plant top site, knowing that you already have yard control, ladder control. They're two of the most powerful positions within that top site.
Nexa from Squeaky could cause an issue.
Haven't smoked it. AZ has one.
Necro's holding on that CT vent, and Nexa would rather bide his time for his team's arrival. They're very late, very, very late. They'll be right coming up from the vents. It might even be the save call as he sweeps towards T-spawn. What's he up to?
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to hold on to these guns, and this is the thing. With one more round just required, there's no point throwing bodies at this. You've lost the site. You've lost positioning on north, and you've definitely lost the round now, as they will just try and hide and hold on to what they have. Lost bonus for G2, not great, 1400. So holding on to 4 weapons important, but Cajun's taken that down to 3. He does lose his life, but they will have to buy in the next round regardless, North. They're back against the wall, taking away any gun. Even one is good. Bomb goes off. And the round's on the board, so North have now hit double digits, 5 more required. How are they going to work this buy through G2? You may as well force behind this. You know that you get 1900 the next, so it would be double eco territory anyway. Jax could drop something. A Famis would be nice. Kenny could go onto a scout. Could look like a decent buy. Actually just going to be the pistols. So they're not going to heavily invest right now, G2. They're going to give themselves as many shots at this as they can.
All right, then.
They can still win it with the rifles they have, especially considering Nexa and Nico. The AK for Jax as well, almost the perfect weapon for the job. Any misstep from North will be punished.
Yeah, fancy the CZ on Hut.
Very tense stuff, very slow stuff here from North. Not giving away too many sound cues. Not too many smokes and nades being dropped in the early stages, as now with a minute 20 on the clock, they're setting them up. But they won't be running in front of their wall smokes without them blooming this time round.
Yeah, Kenny punished that so quickly. This time it's an unarmored USP that's throwing a couple of shots through that smoke. Nexa has the main pincer.
All right, MSL gets across cleanly, but they do have to deal with Nexa still. That is a problem. Such a difficult angle. You need to worry about main, you need to worry about credit card ladder and deep warehouse. They've smoked themselves off. They popped on through.
Nexa's completely nullified. Now it gets really, really uncomfortable for Nico. Spots one on the hunt. AZ on the prowl, gets a big frag. AZ low, not low enough. Gade handles the push. This lobby crunch falling flat. It's only Jackson Nexa with their preserved rifles. Gade's holding the elevated angle.
They should save again.
Seems to be the best call when you only need one.
Yeah, the question of playing to contain or playing for
It's cool that
survival.
you throw the main smoke and then just push through it. It's a good way to nullify Nexa without having to work too hard for it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they were cognizant of that, because now at the final stages of the game, when the pressure is on, if you forget about those details, you can quickly lose a round to a low purchase. But Gade's searching. If he could take away the AK from Jax, this is all going to come down to the timing. Jax holding a very tight line. The jiggles from Gade, they're good. They're great. Gade onto Jax. That's another gun on the ground. Nexa now back of warehouse, looking to survive. Cannot peek and has to worry about multiple different avenues right now. Tucking into a deeper line, gets a kill. Position given up. MSL on the chase. Holding shift. This is 3, 2, 1. Swinging, and MSL can't finish him off. Nexa does survive. The money right now for G2 should be another eco. Yeah. At least another partial.
One more for good measure, right?
Yeah, you really don't want to be getting too far ahead of yourself when you just need one. The other argument is, especially if this goes 15-15 and then into overtime, is, oh, we weren't aggressive enough. We didn't try and close it as quick as we could. But you're playing the percentages right here, G2.
It worked. I mean, you think about it, Virgo feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
All of that Counter-Strike. And you're now faced with the luxury of saying, we need just one more.
Check out AZ's not HP, his kills. His HP probably in question as well, as he must have been nicked by a teammate just there. But he is cooled off a bit. Only 11 frags to his name. If he comes alive in the final 4 rounds of play with some mean entries, maybe cracks a couple of big skulls like a duel with Nico or maybe one with Hunter, he might be able to spur North forward here. Round 27, scoreline 15-11. Always on a knife's edge for North from this point forward. Any kills that they give up to a Deagle, a CZ, a P250, even a USP of Jax would be catastrophic. And the danger man himself, Nico, 25 kills, 94 ADR towards Yard. We'll see that there's nobody peering around those smokes, but no idea what could cross. Smoke and mirrors from North, though. They won't be continuing with that smoke wall. Back towards lobby, all 5 members now. Truckloads of Molotovs. They've got a smoke for main, flashes into the top side as well. Might just be the A finish, as they want to go all 4 members through Squeaky.
Yeah, and Hunter just rotated off that, so this has worked out wonderfully. The outside smokes have achieved their task. Hunter forced to acknowledge that they could very well be walking out Squeaky. He's used the vent well, finding a frag. That's more than you could have asked from the CZ75. A conservative G2 here, don't forget. And the bomb's being planted. They aren't really contesting. You can see that Heaven Molly will perfectly allow that bomb plant. So this is G2 playing for the win. Nice frag coming in from those pistols, and of course you'd be foolish not to send the rest of your under-invested players in to try and do some more damage. Jax actually just snuck up the ladder for a CZ75.
Disappearing CZ as Lekra gets a good idea. It's on the floor 1 second, it's not. The next. Who did we see that with the other day on Mirage? It was
Nork or someone?
I think it was Hooksy.
Hooksy.
Yeah. He was watching it, and then it just disappeared in front of him, and then he had a bit of a giggle with it. He was able to chase him down and take it away. Nothing to be found here for the remainder of G2. We'll hold on to all their goodies. 4 players stay alive. Scavenge the AWP for MSL. Scoreline 15-12 now. Very threatening a North. Think about it this way. Put all your eggs in this gun round. G2 have had 2 conservative rounds just for round number 28. Now imagine if they lose this. It's only a 2,900 loss bonus. They'll have to go for another partial buy. That means we go the distance. That means we go all 30 rounds.
Yeah, it's been a great slew in the closing stages of this half of this series. 4 of the last 5 rounds going North's way. G2 saving for this very moment. Let's see how they handle it. Pressure out Yard. Lekra likes to lurk his red container. He's only thrown that lurk smoke though, so he likes to just go and throw his face into it for a moment. Cajun down the vents loudly. That's a T presence lower already. Cajun has achieved that. He's even got himself down decon. Kenny's hunting. Can't afford to miss that, and already 1 step to the good. 4 more to overcome for G2 to take the series. Cajun has to watch now as the rest comes down. Lekra is trying to find the elevated angle onto Kenny. He's not far off. Jumps, confirms that Yard is a threat. Nico quickly panics to react. Heading down the ladder to provide support. He will be mollied off. Kenny can no longer contest. Nico has the main hold. This is good reactive CT play. AZ on the roof could be caught by Nico as well.
That smoke's missed.
That's the chance. AZ's gone down. There's only 3 more now. Nico playing a conservative game. He knows the advantage lies with him. Does not want to let this slip away now. Any decision could be the wrong decision, the one that loses it. Lekro so close to being caught by Nico's sweaty angle here. He'll catch them as they mantle up, no doubt about that. He has everything he needs to covered. It will be a test, though. If they start running, he might not be able to get more than just info. There's Gade. Hard shots. Confirms 2 are present, and he keeps peppering. Lekro eventually hits the shot. Jax will have to acknowledge, but MSL has lost his life. That's the bomb main.
No time.
Looks like G2 have done enough here. Uh-oh. Kenny caught, but he hits the shot. Okay. Poor old Gade can't clutch it, and it's G2. They eliminate North, send them out of IEM Beijing. G2 survive, and it's survival in that lower bracket. That is the name of the game. G2 versus Mouse will be...